Episode 10. Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom. Yeah, we're back at it.
Yep. Episode 10, the big 1-0.
Big 1-0, double digits. We were kind of behind on some of our episodes with our editing and stuff, but episode 8 was just uploaded. Yep. Episode 9 will be uploaded in a day or two, and then this will be edited, and this one will be up, and we'll be caught up. Back to the usual.
I should have done my post for episode 8.
Oh, that's alright. You can do it later.
Yeah.
Episode 9 is not going to get posted before episode 8 is before you make your post type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot to talk about this week.
I know I sure have a lot to talk about this week.
What do you want to start with? What are you most itching to get off?
JJK.
Yeah.
Most willing to get it off my chest.
Is it JJK you want to talk about, or is it the community?
It's the community. It's both. I want to talk about JJK through how dumb I think the community was being.
Let's hear it.
Do you have any guesses what I was alluding to? What got people so
in the chapter?
Riled up? Yeah.
All right, so for context, I am a fucking pleberoni, and I spend all of 6 minutes a week on Twitter, if that.
That doesn't make you a pleb. That makes you a Chad. Let's start there.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right. Yeah, because everything you tell me about Twitter is just accessible, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm good.
It has its moments. It can be funny. I don't think it's worth all the other stuff. But I mean, I could also blacklist words. There are tools there.
Yeah. So I read all the chapters. Obviously, we talk about them, so it's not like I have to read them to talk to them. But community sides, I'm in some Discords, but not really any manga Discords that speak about current.
It's just a whole lot of disappointed people.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So disappointed. All right, so let me see if I can guess what the community was riled up about with the chapter. Is it that he kills the girl?
Kinda, yeah. I'll cut it here. It's people are expecting more from Sumiki.
Well, she's fighting Sukuna, so I mean,
I can't relate on any level. I don't know what people were expecting from the comatose girl from the flashbacks to set up Megumi's character. Like, these people were going off on it.
Well, first off, is like, yeah, that's her body, though, but some other bitch that we just met 2 chapters ago taking over her body.
But I expected more from Sumiki. She's the goal of the arc. She's Megumi's sister. They should have had more. Gege fumbled. Goal
of the arc. To be honest with you, I don't remember.
It was a little bit like Megumi was like, "Oh, we gotta help my sister," but I don't know who in their right mind could see this woman this off-screened and have built such an attachment to them, to where they're like posting 7 post threads of how disappointed they are, saying Gege's about to ruin the next 1 to 2 years of the manga, which there probably won't be 1 to 2 more years of the manga.
Didn't he say he's ending it this year?
I can't get it. I can't understand them. They were everywhere.
Yeah, well, guess what? She was possessed by some horny girl that got fucked up by Sukuna. And finally, though, Maharaga.
Yeah.
I've been said it, I think, last week, episode 9, I was talking about how I was kind of slightly disappointed in what Sukuna was summoning, because I was like, oh, it's a bull, and yeah, you got the max elephant just like Megumi, but I was like, where's all the Maharagas? I want 10 Maharaga level summons. If you're gonna go against Gojo, that's what you need. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But hey, Maharaga, I'll take the 1 dub. And listen, people, community people.
It's just
based on what her power was, and I loved it's a perfect sphere. Oh my god! It's like, okay, it's a circle. I didn't understand that.
Someone was breaking down the math of it. I'll admit it was pretty cool.
Well, yeah, perfect sphere. Yeah, that's cool. But how does that help you win a fight?
It's the fact that it supposedly would be indestructible because there's not enough contact surface to apply pressure onto it or something. It was also like a 7 post thread, so I didn't read all of it.
So it was science, timey-wimey stuff.
Goobity gop. The person also went over like how that's literally impossible in physics because even like the moment you touch something, the atoms aren't perfect spheres and they conforming to you even the slightest amount ruins that
perfect spheredom. Yeah. That makes total sense. But Maharaga just showed up and sliced her.
And they're just like, bah! Uppercutted it away.
And she died and gave something to Sukuna, and he's just like, all right, whatever.
And then that great page of Megumi.
Yes, deep in the abyss.
I just don't know what people expected.
I don't either. Like,
expect
listen,
a heartwarming reunion with Sumiki, and then Megumi will smile and be all happy and skip into the sunset.
I knew the bitch was dead the second she got turned. They mentioned that. Oh wait, she's one of the people brought back. One of the sorcerers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh okay, well, because I haven't seen anyone
else die. The moment Megumi's
die.
like, I'm gonna save my sister, I'm like, red flag. She dead. She gonna die. Who got a happy ending in JJK?
Ever.
To make you fucking think Sumiki would. But they could have done more with her. The comatose girl.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
I couldn't relate on any level. And there's just a lot of it, too.
And then again, it's like she's fighting Sukuna. Sukuna doesn't just fight to fuck around.
No,
He's gonna kill her. You thought she was gonna win that fight?
Thought she was gonna beat Yorozu's will and come back to us? Or Angel would jump in and turn her back into a not sorcerer so that she could die immediately.
And first off, the whole plot thread isn't over yet because there's that thing, whatever she gave him, is gonna get tied in for something with Megumi. Just at the end of it,
yeah, I'm agreeing with a lot of people that are saying that Megumi's gonna like, not that he has nothing to like live for, nothing to hold him back. He can just embrace the worst sides of himself and come back even stronger.
True, but then but I don't know if he even knows what's going on other than the fact that his
crying.
body. Oh yeah, he was though. So.
Yeah, he's crying in that.
I mean, maybe he
absolutely knows. Plus, he was weakening Sukuna's techniques while fighting Yuji.
You're right.
So he knows what's going on. I don't know if he could take his body back on his own, but
well, I mean, he's gonna definitely help. But then okay, what happens in this? All right, so they take out. They say they kill Megumi's body with Sukuna, whatever. Meguna. Yeah, whatever. They either kill him or get Sukuna out of the body. Does that he just go back in Yuji, or is he still in Yuji?
I think he's still.
Because Yuji's got what 15 fingers in him.
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
It's the logistics, man. I don't get it. I don't know. Megumi ate one finger and he's being possessed. Yuji's over there with 15 of them, and he's just an empty vessel now. Sukuna just go back home into Yuji. Mentioned earlier too. What are your takes on whether or not that's Sukuna's original form in the flashback?
I think it is, but I also someone on Twitter shared a page I forgot about of when Kenjaku confronted Tengen, and he's even like, "Oh, you've been hiding the truth from them all along. The culling games is ... I was like, oh man, it's definitely happened before. So I don't know if that is or not. But then again, the Heian era is so fucking long ago.
Yeah.
That's confirmed the Heian era.
Some shit's coming in JJK. And it's set up right now. Like not really so much set up. It's like plot threads are being tightened.
Yeah, it's definitely going to end this year. I don't know what anyone expected for Sumiki.
Because it's mid-April right now. It's April 10th. So you got 2 more chapters of April, and then 7 more months. 7 times 4, 28. You got like 32 chapters left. Maybe.
Roughly. Gonna be some breaks too.
So maybe like 28 to 30 chapters.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot can happen in 30 fucking chapters.
But also, for tying up your story, I think he needs every bit of that.
Yeah.
You could rush it faster, but
Well, I mean, at the same time, though, because I know you hate it, but 2 chapters of exposition explaining what the real Culling Games is, or a quick 3-chapter flashback. Do that
on the way to Kenjaku, or make that his big reveal, like at the beginning of
or
the
just
fight.
Them talking, and Kenjaku literally just explains it to people.
Yeah.
However it happens, you know what I mean? Because there's really only a few things left to be explained.
Mop up Sukuna, mop up Kenjaku.
We're done. And what's the Culling Games, and what's Tengen's important to this. And
No,
it's
I
like,
can
okay.
leave Tengen out of this. I don't even care if he becomes a plot hole. I hated Tengen so much. Boring, ugly, exposition machine.
I think he was misused in Clone Games. I mean, I kind of...
I'm still hoping the twist is good, I won't lie, but I just... Of all the things on the list, Tengen is like so fumbled that I don't care anymore.
Basically. I didn't even like him back in the flashbacks before Shibuya.
No.
Because I didn't like what he stood for. Because I liked...
Exposition machine.
Because I liked the girl.
Yeah, Rico.
And I was like, that's a sad fate to have to undergo.
I liked Yuki.
A lot of people we liked.
Yeah. But I mean, it's fucking ending. Like, these people have way too much hopium and copium in their veins. Megumi could die right now, and I don't think it'd even be a fumble. Because, again, this shit should be wrapping up soon. But I see a lot of people being like, anytime anyone brings up this is Megumi's not coming back, a bunch of people be like, that's so ass. How do you think that would be any good? Because it's like, we got 20 chapters, man. How much longer do you expect Megumi to be all right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Everyone else has lost something. Inumaki lost a fucking arm. Kuchisaki lost her fucking face. Oh. Nanami lost his life.
Something's up with Kugisaki. Either she's coming back or she's not coming back.
She better come back, I swear to God.
Yes.
Her and Gojo. Come on, man.
Maki got her whole fucking body burnt to a crisp.
Like, which no one's gotten happiness, except for Mei Mei. Mei Mei's the only one that got what she wanted. Which is sad.
Yeah.
And gross.
Well, at least Maki got burnt and just got buffed. Just out of nowhere, dude. The Maki and Shibuya got fucking mollywopped, and then for no reason whatsoever.
Well, the Mai combining with her.
Yeah. Okay,
that's what it is.
She was fucking kicking ass until she got to Mai, and then they combined. But you know what I mean? And then she just kills everyone.
Well, she lost and got thrown in there with Mai.
Yeah. True.
The only reason I'm saying it is because I also was like a little weird about it.
That whole thing's like, okay, you're just gonna fuse with each other, and like what?
Fusion?
Just didn't really make much sense. I was like,
it was worth it though. I didn't like Mai, and I like Maki, so it was kind of the best way it could have gone.
And then she just goes and kills the entire Zenin clan. So I was like, okay.
I liked it as the like emotional arc for her. I still didn't get like how it all worked, but fuck exposition. So
whatever. So,
man, everyone's lost something.
Community flipped out over nothing in JJK.
Yeah, and of course they're using it as like a way to be like, Gege writes female characters bad now. He used to write them so good. Now it's so bad. Kuchisaki out. Yuki fodder. Hana fodder and a simp. Yorozu a simp and dead. So they have a point where there's like a trend there. But also, Yuki had a dope-ass fight before she went out, at least. I don't know what to say about Hana. I hated her. I hated every second of her. I think Gege actually fumbled there. Because those were also the chapters that we were like, what the fuck's going on with, like, the perspective hopping and shit like that. That was all around Angel and Hana. Mm-hmm. So I think he just fumbled her. That's the one I'll give them. I didn't like Angel, and she didn't do anything.
Angel's never done anything, though.
That's what I mean. She's the only one where I'm like, you know what? You're spitting.
Sukino was wary of her for a split second there. Just because he's like, this body is not ready type deal. He wasn't ready to go all out with Megumi's body, so.
It is a little painful seeing her fall for the Megumi thing, because literally her power is to remove your curse technique by touch, and she straight up was on him, but she was falling for the whole Megumi thing. It's just a little...
Megumi thing?
With the fact that Sukuna looked like Megumi in that moment. He's like, I love you. Come to me, when he bit her arm off.
Yeah. Yeah.
If she didn't fall for it, he could have lost his curse technique right there.
True. But then he could have just...
He let her hug him.
Oh, yeah. Whatever. We'll see how it goes. Don't jump off ship
sucks.
yet.
She's ass.
She did suck, yes, but name a manga
But
that doesn't have a
Sumiki
character that sucks.
was not mishandled. Sumiki lived up to her role in this story.
A no one.
I never expected anything from Sumiki. I don't know where they got this impression.
Well, to stick with similar trends and similar topics of
Misogyny.
Well, no, but of a community freaking out when we feel that wasn't justified, and a you freaking out when I thought it wasn't justified in the aspect of female characters dying. Dandadan.
Oh yeah, I was really sad. I literally at work. I'm like, no, out loud to myself. I was freaking. I was like walking, pacing around and shit too. I felt that. I felt so sad because it revealing it, and then even flashing to her and Momo like all cutesy together too, and her being thank you, and then
yeah, I guess so. For me, I was just because I think the problem is I hyped myself up too much with the hype you were giving me without the spoilers, because I was
I was trying to be vague.
Something awesome happens. So last I knew, Gigi and Ira, are getting their asses beat, and I don't know what's up with Momo. So maybe Momo does something cool, and then I'm starting the chapter and I'm reading through it. I was like, or maybe Ken shows up and saves some people,
or Kinta shows up on the bike.
Well, I saw that too, because I finally read that chapter last we spoke. I hadn't, so I read that one. Most of the chapter was just like
it was just like getting a look at what he's actually like.
And then he jumps on a motorcycle and drives away. I was like,
I still haven't digested that chapter fully. I want to reread the Kinta chapter because I want to actually like see what's up with like.
It seems like because I know his character type in the sense that he has 0 friends and he wants to seem like the cool guy.
His grades weren't even good either, too. It's almost like he's like...
No, he just
wants to be liked.
Yeah. And he wants to be needed, too, in a sense, because he showed up. And he was like, oh, you guys must be off saving the world. I guess my services aren't needed.
For him. I'm not going to lie.
No, he was trying to put on like a brave face, but like, oh, you know you're hurting. And then he sees the sign, and then he touches the... I'm sorry, I don't know what those things are called.
I don't either.
The shrine,
archway
things, and it turns into the bike, and it's like, oh, that's dope, and then he drives away on it. So I don't know what he's gonna do. I mean, he could maybe, if the house is with him, turn into the giant robot again.
To like do armor on himself at least. Like...
Yeah, so he can do something, but he doesn't have, so far as we know. I mean, every new character gets psychic powers basically thrown at.
I'll be very happy if he doesn't. Just let him be the robot guy.
Yeah, let him be the robot guy. But then we got to see what Momo was up to, and she was with the alien thing that still, for whatever reason, I don't know why.
The Serpoian?
Yeah, I don't know why they're not, like, the author just doesn't want to give that guy his body back or repair him.
They don't got time.
I guess. Well, because that was weird, too, with me. Going back is I actually think
he might be the only one left there.
Yeah, but because what happened the first time? Because that whole thing with them is because it's like normally every new spirit or ghost or alien. Is he an alien or is he fucking?
He's an alien.
Okay, because he's at the cafe.
Yeah, and
it's like the 3rd time that he shows up. The first 2 times it's kind of just brushed off. It's like, okay, this thing happens here. Momo just leaves. I'm like, okay, that's weird. But then when she's getting chased there at the internet cafe, is where she has to fight with them and takes them all out except this one. When she's being chased by that ghost.
Yeah.
Which I swear to God, if that doesn't come into play in this battle, I'm going to be very angry.
It's going to. I'm sure it
has to.
Because Momo, now she's got nothing on her side. She was lucky Vamala came in there.
Well, yeah, because that's what I was saying. I was like, okay, she's getting her butt beat, so that means my boy Ken, he's coming in. He's coming in hot to save his girl. And then
I would have been that hype for Ken showing up. I mean, I would love it, but I wouldn't be up in your like text being like, read Dandadan. I can tell you haven't read Dandadan.
Then Godzilla pops up and saves her. But that was dope. The dude just reached into the mouth and pulls this bitch out the fucking thing by her head.
Yeah.
And then because the page before she was bleeding and he had her, holding her up by her head, and I was like, is he gonna like crush her skull in his hand right now? Nope, he's gonna stab her through the stomach, which is why I told you she ain't dead.
I hope she's not dead.
She's not. What anime character ever in the history of ever dies from a stab to the torso when you should theoretically die?
If you give me enough time, I could think of one.
Oh, I'm sure too. But majority of the time, I'm shonen. Listen, if you
unless they're doing a swing.
Yeah, if they don't show a death.
Well, sometimes anime will show a death and it'll still not be a death.
Yeah, exactly. But like, if it's like at the last page, I don't trust last pages of manga chapter cliffhanger deaths because chances are they're not dead.
I don't know. The cast is so full right now. I hope she's not. I really hope
listen, I am very much in favor of characters dying. I do not like when you don't kill off characters for the sake of wanting to keep characters around. You know what I mean? If the character has outlived their role and they're not needed to the story, they either should be written out and then or killed off to serve a purpose for their death type thing. You know what I mean? I get it. She made that bond with Momo.
That's why if she does live, which I want her to do, I want her to leave after.
I was gonna say, because what is she gonna do for the story? You know what I mean?
Kaiju suit. But no, again, the cast is so full. Though.
We got Kinta coming in with robot kaiju.
We got 3 boys, 2 girls, Granny, and other Granny.
Titty Granny.
Awesome Granny and Turbo Granny.
Yes. Who are also on their way. I don't know if they'll make it top, but
Kung Fu Shrimp, which I've been enjoying. He was a nice addition to the fight too.
Kung Fu Shrimp that looks nothing like a shrimp.
Nope. I was enjoying him in there.
Yeah, so I thought Ken was going to show up, but I think he's going to be when things are more dire. They should have brought
the anatomical model with him too. Not that it would have done much, but he's another body. The living anatomy model.
Oh yes. I was like,
might as well.
He's so funny though.
I don't want to lose him. He could easily die there.
Yes, he needs to keep going back to his wife in the school. Or his girlfriend, whatever one it is.
It's still one of my favorite pages. Is still the evil eye locked inside him. It's still me. Such a good page.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just didn't.
I immediately thought she was dead. Maybe I overreacted, but
I wouldn't say no. I could definitely. I can't fault you for thinking she could be dead because she very well could be.
And
she's
I
so honestly
innocent.
Hope that she is, not because I dislike the character and want her to die, but
it would make for a really impactful moment.
A very impactful moment for Momo to grow. And
why is it going to be the most innocent one, though?
Yeah, well,
it breaks my heart.
Who else would die?
She who is free of sin.
But I don't know. It was good. I like it. We'll see where it goes. I just wasn't like, oh my god, she's dead. She might be dead. Ah! No, it's just like, okay. This. I like where it's going. We'll see how it continues to go type deal.
What else was there? In general. We didn't have a new Chainsaw Man, I don't think.
No, it comes out tomorrow.
I know.
Well, there was a new one for me, yeah. We talked about it. It was the...
I was about to say, one that we haven't talked about already, though. Because we talked about this... No, we didn't. I keep forgetting this chapter came out.
At the very end, I had to
It went by so fast.
Actually, I think you're on the panel.
No, you're up.
Yeah, because look... Yeah, you stole those apples or whatever, but so he got the fallen devil, but she ripped his head off too.
And his neck is chainsaw teeth.
Yeah. Well, no, because
that's literally it's like he connected it like chainsaw wire.
No, because that's his arm. That's his arm right there. He's got a string. Yeah, see the strings come out?
Connected to his head. That's his neck.
Yeah, right there. That's the chainsaw wire. Oh, I thought you meant this.
No, I meant the wire connected his head to his neck.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about this blade. No. I was like, no, that's...
So he's like literally like... I saw a gif of it too. Of him just swinging his head around by the cord.
I was like, oh, you done fucked up now. Because Denji's here and
This felt like 5 pages, I swear to God.
Oh, it really did, dude. I was like, oh no. More short chapters.
Really jumped in and got his head chopped off.
You think Denji kills her, or you think she
I definitely have
skips?
this chapter open, too, with all the gunmen shooting down the Falling Devil.
And the Fallen Devil's just like, oh my, I need a head. Would one of you happen to have a spare?
I love how instantaneously devil stuff happens in Chainsaw Man. Like, devils instantly disappear. Devils instantly regenerate. You know what I mean? The anime showed it off good, too, when the snake girl, like, calls the snake away and it's just gone.
Yeah. Was it confirmed that she's a primordial, by the way? The Fallen? Because I feel like they mentioned something about it in this chapter.
Yoru, not this chapter, but the other one, he specifically says it's a more primal kind of fear.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, it is a very innate fear. You stole those apples, apple thief.
Which means Denji was in the store.
Right? Hey, that bitch.
That
Is he just like following her? I was like, oh shit, you kill people.
Oh, your head is levitating above your body. That's not normal. Or you're holding your head above your... Yeah. Very short chapter.
Incredibly short. I want to see how many pages that was again. I have to go back in. 15.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Oh, did you see that new... I didn't read it.
I didn't read it either.
I don't know if it's for me, the new series.
Oh, it finally has a description now.
Oh, it didn't when I was reading it. Read it to me.
Hajime Shinichi's life gets a plot twist when he's possessed by the spirit of a deceased screenwriter.
Yeah, I scrolled through the first chapter. It's a long one. I was like, I don't know if this is for me or not.
Shun Saiki. Let me see. Because again, Shonen Jump announced that they're getting a lot of returning artists for their new series coming out. So I'm wondering what else this guy has done. Shokugeki no Soma.
Oh, that's I know that's the cooking show, isn't it?
Yep, Food Wars. Yep.
Yeah, Food Wars.
Yeah, that's what he did before. I know the Pokemon Adventures mangaka is coming back for one, and Boichi of Dr. Stone and Sunken Rock fame.
Does that mean Dr. Stone manga finished?
Oh yeah, that finished ages ago, my dude.
Oh, I
didn't know that. Ago.
Not that I ever. I mean, my wife really likes the anime, so we watched that together, which we did watch the new episode of.
I did not. Though me and my partner watched that together too. Oh, it's not going to give me a date on when it came out. Oh, no, it is. July 3rd of last year.
Oh, wow,
last chapter.
Almost a year ago.
Yeah.
How many chapters total was that? Sorry.
It's okay.
Scrolled all the way back down.
232. Pretty chunky.
Oh, yeah, that's quite chunky. It's going to be a lot of seasons. That's for sure. If it stays getting animated the whole time. And doesn't get canceled, which is honestly... I feel like if a series gets a season 2, I think you're just going to keep going. I mean, when was the last time I
Promise Neverland.
Well, it's Promise
they
Neverland
got a season 2, but they crammed 4 seasons into season 2.
If they get a season 2 and don't finish the series in the season 2. Oh, no, I can't say that either. Situation. Fucking Tokyo Ghoul did the same thing with season 3. They put all of Ri in one season. All of Ri.
They find whole new ways to fuck shit up.
Ri is like 180 chapters, and they put all of that in like 20 episodes.
We should probably be reading Sui Ishida's new manga.
Is that dude from Tokyo Ghoul?
Yeah.
I'm terrible with author names.
Well, because he's
names in general.
His newest manga, Chojin X, has actually been picking up some popularity.
Oh,
lately.
he was Chojin X? I mean, I have it in my... I have so many things just chilling in my to-read list.
I started it. I got 14 chapters in back when I was reading it.
Nice.
I dropped it, and then everyone was like, oh, man, this shit rocks. I'm like, fuck me, man. So I'll be going back to that.
You know what rocks? Gokuraku guy.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It is good.
That dude, Alma is such a pure soul.
He's such a good boy.
Such a good boy.
Yeah, so I read 5 chapters of that since last time we talked, too.
You did, yes. So, what are your thoughts to speak it out on the podcast?
Though, I did notice. Did you notice how some of the drawings weren't finished in one of the chapters?
Yes.
Very obvious, too. It looked exactly like when Togashi doesn't finish his pages. It was right in a fight, too. And it was right when a great choreograph moment happened, too. Where she whips out the mag, slams her gun into the monster's face to put the mag in the pistol. It was such a cool moment. And it was kind of brought down by the fact that the drawings were very not finished.
There's a lot of characters all just kind of thrown at you in those first couple of chapters, which is nice. I don't remember...
I just checked chapter 5 and it wasn't chapter 5.
It's not chapter...
No,
that's the one I was just looking... Oh, it's in chapter 4.
Maybe 6? Oh, is it 4?
It was not 4.
I'll check 6.
No, 6 is... Let's see here. The problem with long ass...
I should have screenshotted all of the pages right when I saw it. I thought to do it and I didn't.
No, it's not 6.
Damn it.
5.1? No.
Maybe it was 3. Maybe it was right after. Because she ran out of bullet. Well, she ran out of bullets in her mag, at least.
I'm enjoying... who was it that was fighting?
It is. Ready? Yeah, it's 3. I just got to the point where it happens, too.
Oh.
Right here. You can immediately tell the difference.
This panel, exactly. Yeah, I was looking at... I noticed that. I was like, well, because you said that... Yeah, even right here. Like
they're unfinished. They're straight up unfinished. Yeah, that one was the worst. Yeah, the one you were on. Yeah, that was the worst.
Page 26 of chapter 3.
It breaks my heart because the choreography is still really fucking good.
This well, like you said, it got picked up. It was on a different...
Where he drops the mag, throws it up, and slams it into its face.
Well, because...
Yeah, maybe
especially look at that.
Maybe they needed more funding and more help.
Yeah, this entire page 32 of the same chapter, that top section.
Because I don't think we can understate how much work probably goes from the editor's perspective, editors and assistants' perspective.
Yeah.
Because Tatsuki Fujimoto has assistants to do his backdrops. Will help him do his backdrops. That's why they look so damn good.
What was I just gonna say?
Because that Boys Love manga he promoted was from one of his assistants that helped him do backdrops. And when you look at Goku Rakugai, like that last page we shared, the backdrop is incredible.
So detailed.
So like I know you can do it too. That's what made it hurt even more.
Well, because
it in a fight scene. Why are you doing this in a fight scene?
It was probably like you said because it got picked up. What was it on before? Do you remember? Because you're the one that told me.
I don't remember what it was on. I think it was just trying to independently publish. But that's a guess.
But hey, hopefully it's got traction and doesn't get canceled like something else.
And it hurt my heart, but I didn't hold it against it, especially because that mag moment was really cool. It kind of made up for it.
It's all right. I'll forgive it.
That's also where you get introduced to the guy that chokes girls, who's like a complete psycho.
Yes. But I'm really digging it, and I hope it doesn't get canceled.
I don't think it will. To be fair, it's pretty popular. It seems I see a lot of people with Goku Rakugai PFPs.
Oh, that's good.
One of my favorite users is a Miss Tao PFP.
Well, what you don't see is King King Luna because that shit got canceled.
I had to find out from a Twitter user.
Untimely too, because it's like because we're so late in the episode, we were talking that it might get canceled. We post on the day that it gets canceled. Episode 8, we talk. Oh, hey. This might get canceled today when we post it. It was today that got canceled when it was.
Yeah, it was the very last chapter because the Twitter user even said too there was no news announcement either, but that chapter ends with the end instead of to be continued. And it's over. It's over, and it fucking hits you with the we'll get
Naraku.
Yeah, we'll get Naraku someday. Someday we'll get your memories back.
That sucks.
It breaks my heart.
That's terrible.
The memory thing was such a cool reveal. The whole series long, they're saying how dark magic has a cost to use and how it'll fuck you up to use it. But she just whips it out willy-nilly all over the place. And like, after the pacing problems started happening, so after they probably got the notice to wrap it up, they started really piecing it out. One of the bad guys straight up looks at her and is like, what did you give up to have all this, to have this not do anything to you? And eventually she reveals it, that she was erasing her memories in exchange for power.
And that's another anime that does that.
It was so... But I knew it, because the threat they were going up against, they just talked to the master of the guild, who was like, each of the guild masters of the 7 guild have one part of Ginka's body. It's like, okay, cool, that's going to be the running plot for the rest of the thing. Cool. They go to the next town, fight one bad dude, and then suddenly the person who stole Ginka's body is summoned, final boss mode, to fight them. I'm like, oh, you're getting canceled.
Like soon,
you literally
too,
dropped
Jesus.
the whole plot already.
That's unfortunate.
Breaks my heart. And then in that fight, she wipes out her memories of Ginka to get more power to beat him. And then it just ends with,
we'll get your memories back.
Someday. I'll find a way. There is no way, but we'll find a way someday. And he like offers her, it's like, hey, how about we travel the world together and be friends? Which is a cute way to do it. You're starting up the friendship again, but it's not a conclusion. Hopefully get another manga.
Either that or continue it on his own type deal on the side. And
retcon it before volumes come out. Just do it. Find someone to pick you up and then just pretend the last like 8 chapters didn't happen. Because that was cooking, man. And there's some great pages. I loved that twist a lot. Because the way she does it is straight up Persona 3 style too. She like whips her finger around. She's like, bam.
Speaking of Persona 3, I saw an article today that it's getting a remake.
Doesn't surprise me. It's probably the most praised one besides 5.
I can't speak, and I'm totally biased, but 5 has a special place in my heart, so
of course.
Unlikely.
I don't think any of the ones before 5 will be able to make up the difference of how improved 5 is, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the dungeons are only going to look worse the farther you go back. The character models are only going to look worse the farther you go back. So, literally, the plot is going to have to carry you through how many improvements 5 made to the formula.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because,
which can happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like I would, specifically remake, not remaster, by the way.
Good.
That was the
Ground
words
up.
they used.
Good.
So, I don't know what that means.
That's probably the right move for them, too. After riding the heels of 5, it's probably a lot safer bet to take one of their most well-liked ones and give it the 5 treatment.
Some of the comments on the article were saying that they've known about it for a while, or it's been in production for a while. So
that wouldn't surprise me with how many side games they've been putting out for 5.
A lot.
Yeah. Which
but,
I do the same.
I mean, I play older Final Fantasies, and each new one... Well, I can't say each new one replaces stuff from the old, because Final Fantasy VIII is an extreme downgrade from 7.
Oh, yeah. We've
6.
talked about that like our whole life.
Yeah. 8
how
sucks.
ugly 8 is comparatively.
Not only ugly, just the battle system. Why the fuck do I have to choose not to have items?
The UI.
The UI is bad, too.
The UI is garbage. It's like plain text on no backdrop.
Is the worst visuals in the open world, too.
Oh, God, it's
I will
so
play...
ugly.
Because all the others, the pixel ones, was it 8-bit?
Yeah, something like that.
So,
4-bit,
whatever.
8-bit, 16-bit.
Whatever. 1 through 6.
I think 32 is
7.
when it becomes polygons.
But there are legitimate parts in 8 where I'm walking around and I'm like, I don't know where on this map I'm able to go or not able to go. I can't tell how to progress to the next map.
Yeah, same.
It's that bad. I'm sure that
You're
the
most
remaster...
beautiful man here.
I'm sure that because they did the remaster,
the Resident Evil thing.
it didn't remake it. They buffed its quality.
Oh, yeah,
recently.
remaster, yeah.
Didn't remake it, but
that one could use it.
Yeah, good.
My life is about to be consumed.
With
Mega Man Legacy Collection comes out in like 4 days.
Should you be getting that with Diablo 4 right around the corner, though?
No.
So maybe
but I'm going to.
Maybe wait and see.
I literally
for
looked
sale.
at the description too. It's literally like 6 full-length RPGs. but I'm fucking getting it.
RPGs are the bane of your existence.
I know. I still haven't finished like my last 3.
Your last like 12.
There's one in there I've definitely finished. Shit, Hollow Knight's not an RPG.
Yeah.
And I still haven't finished the true boss. But I mean, I finished the regular boss. I can consider it beaten.
Yeah,
not
you
thoroughly.
saw credits?
Yes. No, not technically, because I already had the route for the true final boss.
Yeah.
And you have to beat the final boss and then do something at the end of the fight to get to the true final boss. So technically, no, I haven't seen credits. But if I didn't have the true final boss already ready, I would have seen credits.
Oh. So you didn't beat it?
Oh, no, don't even. I'm about to not play anything till I beat that fucking fight.
I beat Devil May Cry.
Nice. I started Genshin Impact.
Why?
I don't know. I've never hated a game faster. And I mean, I've hated games pretty fucking fast. This is the fastest. The opening cutscene starts showing you fall from the sky with a second character narrating your backstory to you for no fucking reason. I'm so angry about this. I'm going to try to do it like a character. So yeah, you fell through the sky when you were traveling dimensions, and that's when you went and lost your sister? Oh yeah, and that's 2 months ago you met me. Okay, let's go to the city now. I'm like, why did this conversation happen? If we met 2 months ago, what started this conversation about my life story by the campfire? It makes no fucking sense in context. It is the weakest framing for exposition I've ever seen. I was angry right out the gate. It's the first thing it opens up when you hit the start game button.
But it's got great waifus, man.
Everything from there was a downhill battle. It was bad. I hated it.
I don't play it. I've never played it, but
I hated everything.
Everyone it's got cute waifus, so it's megally popular.
Oh.
It's kind of like
I call that hate playing, because I'm probably going to boot it up again just to hate play it more.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I hate it, too.
I'm just replaying Devil May Cry as Virgil, because that's the play as Virgil. You just play through the whole game just as Virgil, with no cutscenes or anything. Just
better than my experience.
Yes, much better.
Until I get Battle Network.
I am the storm that is approaching. Yes.
I'm excited for Battle Network. I am. I've been waiting like a year and a half for this, I think, since it was announced.
The
Mega Man. I bought a game that's literally like a fan of it trying to recreate it because there hasn't been a game in so long.
Listen, I'm just trying to take my quote-unquote free video game time in right now, because 14's patch ain't until the end of May. So I have some like downtime right now that like not really that I wouldn't have. Well, I mean, kind of, because I mean, 14 new content always takes precedence in my life. That time, but my RPG history recently has been a slice out of your life, because I have I don't know the full name, the Square Enix Valkyrie game that just came out. I don't know
either. Elysium?
Yeah, something like that. I'm actually been playing that one recently, because I bought it, played it for like 3 hours, and then I just stopped playing it, and I was doing other things. Then I bought
Tales of Arise.
I was waiting for that game for so long, and I bought that and Kena Bridge of Spirits immediately. Those were the first 2 games I bought for the PS5, because I just ported 14 over and Smite over, because I already had them. I just needed to re-download them onto the PS5, but I haven't beat either one of them. And then also I have the newest Star Ocean. Ooh. And I'm decently far into it. I think I'm fairly confident that I have all of the party members. I don't think, because there's nobody on the cover that looks like a party member that's not on my team. There's 3 other people on the cover that's like the title villains that look very distinctly like, you guys don't look like good guys. You're not people that would be in my party. So at least have all the party members, but I haven't beaten any of those. And I mean, Devil May Cry is a short game though when you're just playing through the main story. Yeah. So I already beat it. There's a lot of replay value in the sense that there's more skills to get. You can replay any mission as any of the characters. So
it's just fun to do the Devil May Cry thing.
Well, yeah, because it's like, okay, you're going through the story, and they're like, okay, you're going to play this mission as V, or you're going to play as Nero, or you're going to play as Dante. But then you can
You're going to play as V, or you're going to play as Dante.
No, going back, you can be like, oh, I can choose to play this story as a different character. I'm going to pick Dante or Virgil. End of discussion.
Yeah.
You are not... listen, whoever's listening to this, and you're going to tell me you pick V or Nero over either Dante or Virgil, or you're just... What are you doing?
See V. It's something new.
It is, but
Nero's
at the same time...
boring shit as last time.
He really... I mean, at the very end of the game, he finally gets a demon mode. It's like, okay, whatever.
That doesn't make it better.
Dante has 2 of those.
Yeah, and I did... Demon mode isn't what makes the combat in DMC. It's everything else that makes the combat.
Yeah, it's the main core combos. And
there's still not 4 weapons, 4 guns, Nero, worth of content here.
Dante has dual pistols, a shotgun, dual rocket launchers, and a hat as ranged weapons. It's a cowboy hat.
Job.
Dude, when he puts on the cowboy hat for the first time, he straight up does the Michael Jackson dance, the moonwalk, and the groin grabbing and everything.
I've seen that cutscene too.
It's hilarious. I was dying. And then Virgil is Virgil. You know what I mean? How do you not?
They've been doing that the whole play as Virgil shit since DMC 3.
It's great.
Literally, because Devil May Cry 3, I'm pretty sure Devil May Cry 4, DMC the reboot, and Devil May Cry 5 have Virgil mode.
Listen, the Devil May Cry the reboot game got a lot of shit, but I liked that game.
That game had good ass fucking combat.
It had good ass combat.
Even some of the story, I didn't even hate it. I didn't.
It wasn't bad. I didn't mind it.
Fuck you, Dante. Fuck you. It was a little edgy, but I mean...
the story is so bad in Devil May Cry 5, it's ridiculous.
I can only imagine.
Virgil becomes a good guy at the end just because. Because Nero's his son, they tell him he's his son. Dante's like, I don't want you to kill your dad.
I think 3's the only one where I liked the story, so that lines up.
It's just, you're not here for a story. You're here to kill demons.
And get
listen to metal.
Rad-ass combos.
Rad-ass combos and listen to metal while you do it. And I have a lot of fun. And I'm having a lot of fun with it.
I've only been playing Apex. I haven't been working on my... Well, actually, I got one more Diablo 3 trophy.
I've been playing more Smite than I should be because it's Smite. It's like the same thing with Apex. You know what I mean? It's just online matches.
It's just so easy to just pop right onto it and just keep playing.
Yes. And then you get into the thing. Like I saw your post today when I logged into my Twitter.
Won my first Apex match. Don't know if I should keep playing.
It was on Facebook you posted it, yeah. And I was like, yes. That happens with me in Smite. Because if I log into Smite in my first 2 games I lose, I'm just fucking logging off.
It wasn't even my main character that I play either. I just went to do like a character for one of my Battle Pass challenges. Went in and we fucking clutched it, dude. It was a good-ass match.
That's the problem. You get good-ass matches, you're just like, I gotta keep going. I gotta chase that
I
W.
The last 2 kills, too, with the sniper rifle. I popped him here. He went to climb up a rock. I popped him up there, and he's down. I felt great.
Nice.
And then every match after, because I did keep playing,
you did?
Wasn't nearly as good.
Did you lose all of them?
Oh, yeah, I did. Not even, like, final 3s or anything. Like, it's just bad.
Savage.
Yep. That's gaming for the week.
Yeah, I just gotta hunker down because you know me with all my other my JRPG and RPG history. I fucking complete every single one I play. Well, I do actually lie because I said that my RPG history recently has been kind of bad, but God of War came out and I completed that almost 100%. I have like 2. If I wanted to, which I probably just won't do because it's collecting shit, I could get the platinum. I have like 2 or 3 more trophies to get. But it's like collect every...
Collecting platinums are the worst platinums.
It's like collect every legendary chest, and I'm missing a bunch of those that I didn't feel like... because, there's so many of them, and you gotta go find them, and it's like this stupid stuff like that. I got all the ravens and fought the secret boss when you do that type of stuff. I beat all of the optional bosses. I beat the fucking game.
The problem
100%.
with finding shit is it's not even gameplay, really.
It's running around looking at stuff.
Like, my Diablo trophies I still need to get are annoying for sure, but it's all combat stuff. Like, doing bounties is combat. Killing treasure goblins is combat. Like, but go find all the feathers. Because let's be real, Assassin's Creed started all this bullshit.
You know, speaking of trophy hunting, do you remember how you have the platinum for PlayStation All-Stars twice?
I don't, sadly.
Oh, I thought you
tried, but I didn't get it on the second platform because I needed to play with friends. I needed the local trophies.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Savage. Because I do have a platinum trophy twice. And I can get it a third time.
What is it, 14?
14, because I have it on the...
Do it.
I have it on the PS3. I got the trophies for that. When you download it again onto the PS4, it redoes it. So I have it on the PS4.
Do it.
And then PS5, I'm getting trophies again for it. So I could get the platinum again.
Do it.
But it's because I get random trophies sometimes because I don't craft much at all.
Yeah.
So recently there's a crafter gathering beast tribe that came out. So I got one level with one crafter, and I got 3 crafting trophies. Get a crafter to 50. Get a crafter to this.
Craft this many of this type of crafting.
It was like when I got, because the in-game data is all there. It's just I need to trigger it for the trophy. So it
needs to interact with it again.
The first Fate I ever did on PS5, I got all of the Fate related trophies with that Fate because all of the info is there in game, but then me completing that one Fate triggered all the trophies to then happen. Same with story. The first time I did a story quest, all story related up to that quest, I got the first story quest. I got 50 fucking trophies. It was ridiculous. It was just end. So there's some stupid ones, old content that I could just go back and solo right now. But I just choose not to.
Do it.
I probably will, just from playing. You know what I mean? But that's my gaming. There's no... Well, no, I lied. The only other game I want is 16. Final Fantasy 16.
Mega Man.
What game?
Mega Man Battle.
Oh, Mega Man.
And Diablo 4. My soul is so ready. Just take me. And Path of Exile. Because the new Path of Exile season starting. But that's literally just to tide me over to Diablo 4. I probably won't beat Path of Exile still because it's so goddamn hard.
I just don't know of any games coming out that I really care for or are interested in.
About to ascend to a higher plane when that comes out.
Well, it also doesn't help that summer months aren't really that's not the time.
It's usually when E3 would be happening.
Yeah, AAA games don't really come out during that. So I'm sure once E3 happens or the announcements and stuff. Well, E3 just doesn't happen anymore, but around.
Yeah, I would say E3's not happening this year.
Well, didn't it not happen last year either?
I'm pretty sure it didn't happen last year.
Well, because Sony hosts their own event now.
Yeah, everyone pulled out, so E3's canceled.
Yeah. The E3 time frame, because everyone does it around the same week to be competitive. So whenever
Devolver Digital drops their next...
Yeah, so whenever that happens, I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 games, or maybe even more, that drop that are super interesting to me. But they're not going to release immediately. They'll be at the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, I'm still playing Diablo 4.
There is actually a game that I've been interested in.
On my 5th alt.
I'm just worried that it might be on Xbox. I don't remember. It's called Project Awakening. It's like a medieval... I mean, that's even if it didn't get canceled. It's been a minute since that game was announced. And I worry about cancelizations because of long production times. But yeah, so it's kind of like a Monster Hunter and but an RPG. Like Monster Hunter is not really an RPG. It's its own it's really its own thing.
It really depends here.
Well, okay, yeah, because it's not. You don't have really any role playing. You're a dude. When I think RPG, I think complex story, leveling system. You don't level up in Monster Hunter. You just get better gear.
I think that's a shit way to look at RPG, though, and I don't blame you because that's literally how everyone looks at it.
RPG is very broad.
Playing a role shouldn't have to have leveling up and damage numbers.
Well, Monster Hunter has damage numbers now, so
Sad.
It's
Sad.
Monster Hunter World. And
I
Rise
genuinely
of it.
think Monster Hunter is an RPG.
It could be
lengths it
classified,
goes
but
to-
yes,
To like make you role play, you take in your cold drinks for the hot day.
they got rid of that.
Thank God. Thank fucking God.
But it's like
But
more
I do get what you
RPG
mean, yeah.
than Monster Hunter. How about that? 'Cause
Sorry, I'm taking out my personal vendetta against you. It's not your fault.
listen, I love Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter.
No, it's not. It's not even hate on Monster Hunter. It's hate on using the term RPG for shit.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's strangely this game, Blue Protocol. That game, I knew about this game when Tale of Arise was coming out, and
You know what kills me with the word RPG?
what's that?
Actually, I feel like playing a character where you have no agency or control over their choices is less of an RPG than something like Monster Hunter. So what I'm saying is, like, I think Final Fantasy VII is less of an RPG than any Monster Hunter game is, because you have no agency over Cloud's character at all.
Well, that's a JRPG.
You know what I mean, though. You,
I totally understand what you're saying. Yes, I get it.
it's
This
something
article
that's always bothered me.
This article's wrong. Side Games confirms Grand Blue Fantasy Relink come in 2022. Here we are, 2023, and this game is still not out. This game looks dope. But then at the same time, you see all these characters here. Every gameplay trailer I've ever seen, none, like, I've seen one with her in it, the knight with the blonde hair.
Yeah.
It looks dope. And I've seen stuff with him. But most of the time, none of these characters are the ones they're playing, and I don't understand. I just want this game. It looks so dope. There's just this one scene, the first time I saw it, with this person walking around a village. I'm like, it looks so beautiful. And I just want to get it.
The screenshot does not do it justice.
This does not do it justice at all, no. But Project Awakening is badass dudes fighting badass monster-looking things. It's really all we really know. And the one trailer that I saw, this is like in-game quality right
No,
here.
it looks gorgeous too.
It does. It's a AAA title, and
It looks like Unreal 5 too.
but yeah, see, that's in-game stuff right there. But I haven't heard any new news about it, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. Let's see, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink game, because there's an anime about Grand Blue. Yeah, see, oh, this is part of one of them. See, walk around village. It's like,
Hey, Lolafels.
right. It just looks good, and I'm just like, it looked better too.
I've only
'cause
seen the Grand Blue fighting game.
that was a gameplay trailer. We're running around this thing, fights a green wisp enemy
It
thing.
looks so much like Genshin to me. Like a little bit better looking though.
Well, it's not just that style too. It's like the anime, RPG setting. You know what I mean?
At least they have shading.
Does Genshin not have shading?
It doesn't look like it to me. Everything's so fucking bright.
Well, I don't know. It's just there's some games, but we'll see. Maybe I'll start reading the Chad books that I've been talking about that recently.
I'm not gonna have time for anything once June hits and Diablo 4 hits me.
Jin or June?
June.
Oh, June. Yeah.
June 5th.
Nice. I don't.
I think it's the same exact day that Jujutsu Kaisen starts. Not that they're gonna interfere with each other. They're gonna lock into a schedule nicely.
I thought it was. Wouldn't it actually be July 5th for JJK? Because
Actually, I think it is July 5th for JJK. It's definitely... I gotta double check it.
Well,
Diablo 4 is June. It better be June.
because the summer season would start in July because it starts in summer. Summer starts June 21st.
Oh, thank God, June 6th.
June 6th for
Diablo.
Yeah.
Almost thought I have to wait an extra month. Oh.
Speaking of JJK, but not actually JJK, in the same realm and sphere, Hell's Paradise episode 2.
Yes.
It's good.
It was good.
Very good. Animation quality stayed the same as what episode 1 was.
It's so hard to find Hell's Paradise pages because it's not right on the Shonen Jump app. I still
Yeah.
want to catch that shot.
You got to go to your woe of
Oh, I'm not even doing it. I'm still trying to Google it instead.
I was going to say, you're going through your web browsers. What is it even on? Is it on Shonen Plus or something?
Jump Plus, but it's like Dandadan, where they don't put it on the app.
Yeah.
Put it on the Viz website. Well, you know, I could definitely just find the page I'm looking for if I just suck it up and do it.
What are you looking for? The
throat bite. Yeah.
Throat bite.
But yeah, it was a good episode still. Great animation.
Yes.
Got to see Yuzuriha.
My wife was interested in episode 2. I tried getting her to watch episode 1 with me, but she just didn't want to do it. But then now I'm watching episode 2, and you know how it goes.
No.
Who's that? What's that? How is this going on?
I'm going to the bathroom.
Why are they here? Yeah, it's like, oh my god, why didn't you just watch episode 1 with me last week?
Oh, this also kills me at the Viz app.
But what's good is next week they'll finally be actually on the island.
Yeah.
So
which my partner has been heavily anticipating.
Well,
they're already saying like I like it.
Like that's where all the action happens. You know what I mean?
They're already saying like I like it, and I know I'm gonna like it more once they're on the other side.
Well, I mean, it's not that. I mean, first few episodes is always like build up, kind of like speaking of first few episodes, because I didn't want to talk to you about it off the thing. I briefly mentioned it, but dude, Ufotable just never fails to impress, man. Demon Slayer episode 1. There's this scene with Muzan doing alchemy or chemistry rather.
Oh, I think I know where the picture of the jars and shit.
Yeah, dude, it's so
I will
fucking detailed.
The Kokushibo reveal had some of the goofiest editing I've ever seen in my life, dude.
As in editors,
not animation, specifically editing.
Like other people, or you mean the actual episode? People showing a clip of it,
or the actual episode's editing. Terrible. When Akaza and Kokushibo are talking, and the camera keeps cutting all over the fucking place, and they have this shaky effect where there's like after images of the character. Like, you didn't need to do all this, guys.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
It was silly.
I can only find this picture, but this looks like one of the earlier seasons, not. But just the details on the jars that he was touching. And
I will say that shot of the jars was gorgeous. I did see that bit too.
I saw it actually a picture on Facebook. Maybe I could find it there to show you too. But I was like, Jesus Christ, it's so good. But you said you and your partner are gonna wait for the dub most likely. Well, so you're gonna the whole season's gonna be
scrolling through this Hell's Paradise chapter. Can I just say they adapted this shit like 1-to-1?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, you just scroll through these. This is like in the anime. Like, look at those jars.
They look like pictures.
They do, right? It's amazing. And I'm like, oh my god. Sitting there watching it, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, look at those books. I was like, Ufotable, man. I mean, Mappa's throwing heat too, but
yeah, like honestly,
look at the first comment. Ufotable equaled the only reason why Demon Slayer is good.
This is like, it does look better in the manga, but I gotta say, scrolling through here, they couldn't have done a better job, to be honest. Like, it's pretty fucking 1-to-1.
But again, like you said, because the bite, Garurumara.
I think there's just a better, more intense look to black and white shading. Honestly, like, I don't think they could have made it look like that.
Well, you got to think too, because when you animate, I always think of this. I've thought about this before. When something gets animated, so the original author draws the manga, someone else is drawing.
They have to redraw that shit.
They have to redraw it. So,
like, again, they
chances are they're not going to be as good as drawing. I'm digging it. I can't wait for this. I did give
for Azachobe.
I gave my wife one spoiler real quick because she's like, "Wow, this guy's a dick." And
Is it Aizen? Aizen? Don't say it. Don't say it.
You know exactly what
I know exactly what you want to say.
I told her straight out.
The most least important character I've ever seen in anime.
I was like, "Don't worry about it."
Aizen Dono? Eisendono.
You are unworthy.
Eisendono.
You are unworthy of the name. Fuck up out of here. Then, out of fucking nowhere, because the Jump app gave me the notification. Speaking of, Hell's Paradise had its own one shot this week. And I immediately told you about it, and you freaked out. We both read it immediately.
And thank God you told me about it, too, because then I opened Twitter after, and it's everywhere. Literally everywhere.
Yes. So, massive spoiler warning. We will put some timestamps in the description, and you can skip ahead past it shouldn't be too long, but we are going to talk about this one shot because it does take place after the ending of the series. So there may or may not be some direct spoilers to the series.
So to be fair, I feel like the only thing I have to say about it was good.
It was good.
It's actually kind of... I
Still
wouldn't want to
pissed.
say funny.
That one, yeah, it was the kids fucking trying to kill him, and he's just like, yeah, go ahead.
And even just the way he acts later, when he's just like, all right, let's go kill them. Oh, where next? Where next?
Oh, another... gotta go. Oh, fuel lord.
Oh,
gotta
time
go
to
there.
go.
Not killing's harder than it is than killing, apparently.
And I'll leave these people alone.
I'm just so pissed that his wife is not in this. It's the perfect... Like, I know it's probably supposed to represent, like you said, it's...
I think it is, too.
After she's dead, because he's... I completely forgot, by the way, that he was immortal, that he basically got the elixir himself. But... All right, you want to tell a story? The whole story, the entirety of the story, she is in the background. She's mentioned through the whole story, but she's never in the forefront. And
get all your Yumi thoughts out now, because we need to never talk about her again.
I know. In the very last chapter, or last two chapters, she's there for a few minutes. And
Though, to be fair, we did get, like, that whole chapter was like a Yui chapter. Let's be real. Gabimaru was even fucking awake for it.
I guess. But this was the perfect time to have them together in a story. Why couldn't this entire story have happened, but instead of him traveling alone, he's traveling with her?
Yeah, because it would get across the same thing.
What same thing?
Gabimaru's still holding on after her.
I guess, but who cares? I don't. I want to see them together. I want to see them blossom their relationship.
To be honest, I think it's almost a chapter I think had to exist, because imagine how many people were like, isn't he just immortal and will outlive her? Like, it's almost like an answer to that question for the people that
why
did
couldn't
remember.
You spend the last 5 pages of the chapter going over that and have a story of them together instead of just being like, oh yeah, sure, they were together, but it's all
more sense the other way around. Have 5 chapters of them together at the end of the manga, because that's how it ended off anyways.
I would still.
You just want more Yui. You're working backwards from a conclusion, my guy.
And I do. This is bullshit.
Granted, I actually misunderstood at the beginning of the chapter when he was talking about learning to grow plants for her sake. I thought he was on his way to her. And then by the end of the chapter, I'm kind of like, you're spending a lot of time here. Yeah. And you're not feeling very pressed to get to her. Something tells me I'm wrong. And then I went on Twitter and they cleared it up for me.
Well, they theorized for you, because I don't think there's every concrete proof, but it's probably they're probably right. Let's be real.
Again, it couldn't have been before he met up with her, because again, he would be in more of a rush to get to her.
Yes.
The only way I could have seen it,
well, because they mentioned the islands and stuff, so
as a legend too. I feel like it couldn't be too much longer after.
Yeah,
because the technology hasn't changed either. They're clearly in the same on the tech tree. Yeah. If this were a survival game,
I don't know. It's I think it's left in ambiguity on purpose. You know what I mean? It's left.
It's meant to just be its own little thing.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was not expecting to get more Hell's Paradise, so
I wasn't expecting Ascetic Blaze to take off the man's torso and a hole in the wall behind him. I gotta say, it was fucking lit. I don't want it any other way.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of damage.
It was.
I was like, they just fucking disintegrated you.
I love how he blinded the guy, and the guy never knew what was going on.
Those pages were so good, too.
Yeah.
I just gotta geek out how good those pages were. It's literally like Yuji Kaku's like, man, what do I want to do? I want to do like an obscured vision sort of shit right now. Let me write that in just to flex on these motherfuckers.
It was good. It was very good. Nice and long. I thought it was going to be shorter, and then I clicked on it. I was like, yes, 72 pages or something, 70-something pages. I was like, yes.
I was surprised because it was like 1 or 2 weeks ago, maybe even less time, Yuji Kaku announced that he was doing a one-shot. But the title was so abstract, like it didn't seem to mention Hell's Paradise, but it was a full Japanese title too.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a picture of Gabimaru in the shot that I missed when it was first announced. So I was just like, oh, new random one-shot. I'm here for it. I stan you. It turns out it was a Hell's Paradise one-shot.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Another volume to add to my collection.
Yeah, because you own the entirety of Hell's Paradise, so... Yeah.
I think it's the only manga I own the entirety of, too.
Well, I mean, it's a nice... Well, 11, 12, 13 volumes.
13. I think 13.
Not
including this new one-shot, but yeah.
It's not a terribly long one to get, you know what I mean? But...
Catching up to Chainsaw Man. I'm going to be buying another volume today.
Nice. I was going to say you're getting there. I have decided that I am going to be buying Berserk.
Good. So we can swap volumes of Vagabond and Berserk.
I'm definitely getting those fucking, the big
hard black
hardcover ones. Yeah.
They're going to look real good. So yeah, we could swap Vizbigs. And talk about Seinen.
Finally, right? Because... So I have 3 more books that I personally want to buy to finish off my Tolkien collection, because there are no more books ever that Christopher has passed away, so there's not going to be any more books published. And the last one he published Baron and Luthien, and in the preface of that he says that would probably be his last one. But I then think he came out with The Fall of Gondolin after that, which I got those books. But the books I'm buying now were released in the 90s. Because there's a 12-part section, 12-part series of the history of Middle-earth. The volumes. Simulacrum? The what?
Similarian, whatever it's called.
I have that. That's its own one book. The history of Middle-earth is 12 books. And I've always had a box set of 1 through 6. And I thought that they just didn't have box sets of... which they don't, 7 through 12. I've never found a box set for 7 through 12 anywhere. So I'd always struggled to find one. I never found them in stores. And I have a very... It's a smaller box set. The first one, it's going to be weird because all the books are going to be different sizes. It's not going to be coordinated. Yeah, plus whatever. But, so I'm buying the 7 through 12 individually. And I have volumes... They're all out of order, though, so I'm not buying them in order. I'm just buying whichever one. So I have 3 more. One's in the mail on the way to me, and then I'll have 3 more to purchase. And then I'll have literally every single book in the series that Tolkien and Christopher Tolkien... that Tolkien wrote, and Christopher edited a bunch together.
Nice.
But I'll have the entire thing. There's nothing else I'll need. I also have a book of... Because I have books that aren't written about it, but they're there. So I have 3 books about the languages, and so I have basically a dictionary that shows me all of the teaches me how to write in Sindarin, Quenya, and the Dwarven language. The hobbits have their own language, written language, because that was what Tolkien was. He was a linguistic professor.
Oh shit.
So,
that would do it.
Yeah. And I have a book that teaches you Elvish, or all of the Elvish available, because it's not a complete language, because it's so complicated, and creating a language that has every word in it's very hard. Though speaking of Klingon, actually is very close, because that's consistently updated all the time. So you could straight up learn Klingon if you wanted to.
No, I don't wear my badge of nerd honor
I don't
far on my sleeve.
Neither do I, and I'm not a huge Star Trek anyway, but I think that's super cool for them.
Yeah.
That language is its full thing, and it has its that fandom, and like that's awesome for you guys. I wish that, I mean, you can have a straight up conversation in Elvish, but there's going to be words you're going to come across in a conversation that just aren't represented in Elvish. Because he wrote the language as he needed it in the books.
I won't be able to say lit fam in Elvish.
No, you would not.
Damn.
You could probably get close with
not bussin'.
like lit and family, but then it'd just kind of be weird. You know what I mean?
It's not bussin'.
But, so when I buy those 3 books, because I've been buying them, because they're cheap. They're like $15 a piece. So I buy like one. Last time I bought 2 in one go. One came in quicker than the other. The other one still isn't, and they'll be in there at like the 20th. So next week, or maybe at the end of this week, I'll buy 1 or 2 more. And then the week after, I'll buy the last one. And then I will start buying Berserk probably.
Nice.
But I am totally going to buy that Dostoevsky book. I can't say his fucking name.
You're really actually really close, to be honest.
Yeah.
Dostoevsky.
Like
I need to see it again to say it. I've heard it so many times, though.
Brothers Komarovs or whatever. I heard I was reading into it afterwards, and you were talking about it. It's going to be a very hard read and dry read.
Dostoevsky.
Yeah. Because they were saying...
It sounded like it would be. Again,
well, because they're
you're
saying...
also translating on already not flamboyant language.
Yeah, Russian.
Yeah.
So he's... Because someone was saying, yeah, it can be rough because the action can get interrupted for 3 straight pages of philosophical discourse. Oh. But I just want the challenge, you know what I mean?
That's why I want to read Metamorphosis.
That's you've told me, see, the only Metamorphosis I've read is...
Yeah, it's the one where the guy wakes up as a bug.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's the overall themes? Don't even know.
No, I kind of do. It's hard to put it
into words.
The mundanity of life. He turns into a bug, but like that's not even his biggest like problem. It's just like, oh shit, I can't get to work on time because I can't fucking drive. Like it's about like this fantastical thing happening, but you're stuck still in just the mundanity of life.
I was gonna say you have bigger problems than
like he shows up to work late, and instead of his boss being like, "Why are you a bug?" It's like, "Why the fuck are you late? We got fucking shit to do."
Is he a normal sized bug?
It's just like it's more about like the difficulties that come from being a bug than like anything else. Like his wife being like, "Oh, why aren't you fucking eating your dinner?" Like it's weird like that.
Why'd you suck in my bug dick?
All of the guy's works is about like the absurdity of living in society.
I can get beyond that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll buy that one too and put it on a shelf and never read it. At least because the 2 other books that I want to read, which can be hard in themselves to read, is Nietzsche books. Because I have Thus Spoke Zoroaster and Beyond Good and Evil. But both of those are short books, at least. They're very thin. They're like this thin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like 100 pages. I'm like, oh, I could do this. But then it's Nietzsche. It. Yeah. It's Nietzsche, so... But that's my book stuff. But so I'll buy the rest of the Tolkien books. Maybe I'll buy Brothers Komarov and then start buying Berserk, or start buying Berserk and just buy Brothers Komarov whenever. That one.
So we can pass Satan back and forth for the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just need to feast my eyes on the glory that is Vagabond art.
I'm halfway through that Vizbig. My first one, because I have the first 2 already. First 3 already, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, because I remember I went ahead and bought 3 before I bought 2, because 2 is mad expensive for a long time.
Those black hardcover Berserk books are... those are more than a volume in each one, too. I don't know how much, but I don't know if it's like 2 volumes or like a volume and a half, 2 or 3 volumes.
Yeah, it does vary wildly for the big editions.
I just know that it's more than a volume.
Pretty sure the Vagabond ones are 3 volumes each.
Well, I mean, I've seen the first one you showed me is massive.
It's
Chonky. There's one chonky boy.
Big heckin' chonkers. So, I had another manga that I've been wanting to try out for a while, and I finally pulled the trigger.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's that?
Sakamoto Days.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me that.
Yes, I did.
You did.
About 5 or 6 chapters deep right now.
Nice. You sent me screenshots before.
Just the first chapter, too.
Yes, but, well, when you were showing me screenshots last week.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
You hadn't read it yet. You were just scenes that you have seen that.
Finally, like, hooking me, like, through the credit card through the guy's neck.
Yeah, that stuff.
Dude, that scene I showed you that immediately hooked me, though. Him going in, it pulls the gun on him. It just shows his hands come up in one panel. And then the next panel, his gun's already dismantled with the fists coming right towards his face. I was like, oh! And it holds up to that. It feels like John Wick anime. Watched a guy, not even Sakamoto, mind you, drop kick through a bus window, grab the things that you use on your hands, and swing around and drop kick a guy in the face all in one movement. It was like 2 panels worth of movement. It was great.
That's amazing.
It's fire.
I need to really just... You know what I need to do? In all honesty... Stop playing video games.
I feel you, though. Because, like, there's so many times where I'm sitting down and I just play, like, 15 consecutive matches of Apex. I just sit there being like... I even think to myself, I'm kind of done. I should read manga right now.
And then you play another game? Oh, Twitter.
Twitter. Apex.
So,
2 cigarettes. Apex.
For me, I get stuck in YouTube shorts sometimes. Then I'll be like... I'll realize it, right? I'll come to...
Just like I do. I'm like,
but I'm like, damn, I should... But I'm still staring at my phone when I think this. I'm like, oh, wow, I've been doing this for a while. I should probably stop.
For 2 hours.
I'll see if I can find one more good video, and I'll, like, start flicking through them. And then I'll find that one good video. I'll watch it for the minute that shorts are. And then I'll swipe again and watch the next video.
For me, it's a reflexive moment. I, like, close Twitter. I'll look at the screen. I'll open my phone, wanting to do something else, but my hand goes to Twitter. And there's nothing I want to do, really. I feel like I want to do something on there, but I don't.
See, because I cleared out, so Facebook ain't really nothing anymore. I follow a few anime pages on Facebook.
I barely open Facebook.
I open Facebook, I slide through for, I swear, 30 seconds to a minute, and then I close the app.
I'm at like 15 to 30. I get pissed off fast on Facebook. Or not pissed off, more like, oh, I don't want to be on here. I don't want to play with you anymore.
I'm on Reddit, but like Reddit's the same thing. I'm open that. I scroll through a little bit. Because most of like my Reddit, like there's one, I follow an anime memes page. I think it's literally just called anime memes, to be honest with you. And I get notifications for that. So anytime I get a notification, I'll click on it, look at the meme, giggle, read the top few comments, and then I'll close the app. But that's throughout the day, so that takes no time at all. That's all of 15 seconds to look at the meme. But I'll because notification, I can scroll it open and see the picture. So if it's a meme that I just don't even give a fuck with, that doesn't catch me in that little notification, I'll just swipe it away right there. And that's like the extent of my phone. It's not my phone that gets me.
Twitter and YouTube.
Well, YouTube shorts sometimes, but that's like one sitting, so like I'll be fine. Well, fine, I'm stuck in the video games, like I said, so much time on video games, but then I'll take a break from it and I'll scroll through shorts for like what it feels like 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh, it's been 45 minutes. Fuck. And then I put it down, but then I play another game, and I'm like, I have so much manga that I could be reading. The books that I just spoke about, all the books that I'm buying, or all the books that I have bought, Nietzsche, Lord of the Rings books. I want to read the Divine Comedy. I've tried like 3 separate occasions. I was deep into 1984. I want to read that. But it's like I could be reading all these. Or I've honestly been struggling, or not really struggling, wrestling with the idea of picking the guitar back up. But that's just not happening with video games. Because I get out of work.
And manga. All the other things that are behind that floodgate of video games,
exactly.
too.
Because the one thing I'm really good at, though, the first thing I do every day when I get home from work is I work out.
That is good.
I've been doing that for about 2 years now.
Nice.
So I don't really, and plus by the time I get home, I work out for the hour that it takes my wife to get home with my son from work. Then my son's around, we're eating dinner, doing other stuff. I can't really play video. Maybe sometimes, like, so if it comes to like 7 o'clock and we're all just sitting in the living room, that's when I'll boot up Smite and I'll play one game. Because all I'm doing from 7 to 7:30 is I'm just waiting until 7:30 where it's bedtime. Yeah. For my son. He's just sitting down watching TV or playing with his toys. He's not really, it's late at night. Interactions aren't really there, you know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes. So it's like, I'll play one match of Smite. It's a time killer. I'm like, okay, if match of Smite is 25 to 30 minutes, I'll play one match. When it's done, it'll be bedtime. We'll go do our bedtime rituals. We play hide and seek every night right before bed. We have this whole bedtime ritual that has to happen. If it doesn't happen, it's the end of the world. So we do this whole thing before he goes to bed, put him in bed. Then I'll come downstairs. It's 7:45-ish. And then from there on for the rest of the night, I could do so many different things. I could play my guitar. I could read a book. I could read manga. I could do this. But
Promised Neverland, Undead Unluck.
Every single night, it's video games. And like, that's why I had already planned it in my head. So I'm actually hoping, as we talked earlier, the E3 time frame. I know E3 is not, but that time frame of when games are announced, that there's not many at all that get announced for me, because I'll play Final Fantasy because it's Final Fantasy. So 14 there's a lot of dead periods. So once I catch up with all the content, I can stop, and then I can do all this other stuff we're talking about. But 16, I'm hoping, is the last game that I can add to any sort of purchased video game for the foreseeable future, so that hopefully I can cut down on the time I spend on video games and try and proactively use that time for other endeavors such as manga, reading books, maybe picking up a guitar. My thing with guitar, though, I'll listen to a song that just sounds badass that I would want to play on guitar. Like, I get so amped to want to learn, like, pick it up again. But then I pick it up that one day, I'll play for an hour, and I'll put it down and I won't touch it again for another 3 months.
Then you lose your progress.
Yeah. I blame my wife for my lack of guitarage, which it was totally on me, but I still blame my wife. Bust her balls about it, because I played all the time in high school. Even right after high school, I was playing it, and on average 3 hours a day, if not more. I was always playing that. Well, also too, video games weren't as plentiful back then. You know what I mean? We weren't really. Well, I mean, there's a lot of games. We have a lot of access to a lot of different games.
All
now.
I did was play video games back then.
Well, because we had the handhelds, we played Dissidia an asinine amount. We played like our PSPs.
Over 300 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, mine, I have 600, and I had
deleted.
Yeah, and so did I, at least once. So we had fucking time into that game. A lot of time. But yes, but I also had more free time because, one, you know what I mean, I had no responsibilities. I was staying up, but like, I could sleep for 2 hours a night and be perfectly fine. But then when I started dating my wife, after a while, she moved in with me. And when she moved in with me, I stopped playing guitar. Wholly on my side, because I was self-conscious about playing in front of anybody.
Yeah.
So I stopped playing. So I was playing it for years, stopped playing it, and stopped playing it for years. So now anytime I pick it up, I'm basically relearning every couple of months. I relearn from scratch because I've just forgotten everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not like riding a bicycle.
It's really just not. I mean, this certain thing, I mean, I could pick it up, and so if I go pick up a guitar right now, I'm better than anyone that was picking up a guitar for the first time right now, type deal. You know what I mean? But I'm nowhere as good as what I used to be. And I can just tell that right off the rip. And I'm like, maybe someday. I've been saying it for about 8 years. Someday.
You gotta make time.
That's hard.
For
That's
manga.
hard. Yes. Especially with everything that I got going on right now. working.
I've been reading Skypiea.
You did mention that you were reading more. How many did you read?
I read 3 chapters today, or within the last couple days.
Nice. You showed me a screenshot actually of because when you were reading it last, you said you were in your Uber and you were reading Skypiea. You're like, I was like, send me a screenshot of where you were at.
Yeah, I was literally just went right back over to it too because I was currently reading it in that moment.
Yeah. But finding time could be hard.
I'm trying to make time for it.
Well, no, not just for, I'm saying in general, not just for One Piece or manga in general.
Cutting down
video games. Yeah. It's the online games because, like, if I was just playing, say, the Valkyrie game, I played that the other day, and I was like, this is a very long mission. I can already tell. I'm like, I feel like I was like 30 minutes into the mission. I was like, I could tell I'm not even done with it. Like, looking on the map, the objective is still so far away on the map. So when I finish this objective, I'll be done with this game for tonight.
Yeah, you get to a natural loop.
Yes, but then if it's an online game like Smite or
Apex.
For you Apex, I feel like Apex would be worse though because how long are those matches?
Oh, they're not long. They're not
5 minutes?
Yeah, especially if you lose, it's definitely like 5 minutes.
Because as soon as you lose, you get booted out. Yeah. Or as soon as you die, you get kicked out.
15 minutes max, maybe.
Because that's like the thing with like I've never played Fortnite.
Nothing to get into. You hit that fucking button, you get right into that character select.
Because I don't know much about Apex, to be honest, but it's similar to Fortnite.
Yeah, it's
Battle Royale.
3-person squads, 60 people in the match total.
And as soon as you die, there's no respawning, so you get booted.
They can get like
But if your team dies, all 3 of you on your team.
Yeah, you're out.
So you get booted out. The game keeps going for the people still alive, but you get out and then you go back and you re-click and you're into the new one.
I'm in.
So Smite's a little different, but Smite's more of a time killer because it's
it definitely is
30-minute matches.
So I miss with those Paragon matches.
So it's like I queue into it, play the match, cool. Now I want to play a different match.
That's a good loop. Like today, I was completely at a loss because I won my first match, and there are weeks that go by where I don't win a match. So I'm like, what do I do? It did only go down from there too. I called it right away. I'm like, what? I'm not gonna win a second one today.
Yeah, it gets that loop is the dangerous part, like you said, because 5-minute matches you could play so many matches.
You're two teams against each other. You have a 50% chance of winning, no factors considered.
Yeah.
Apex, you're a 3-person squad with 60 people. That's what, 20 squads?
Yeah.
That's a 1 in 20 shot at winning.
Odds are stacked against you, yeah, and you just can, like you said too. You press that button, you're in the next match, so it's just
over and over and over, and
boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know,
I'll start getting frustrated with one match. I'm out there for a cigarette, come back, play another match. I'm like, oh shit, I can get half a cigarette in. I'll start my next match, make coffee. Come back
that's dangerous though, because that's
bad.
5 minutes. So you can blow through a pack in a night.
It could go rough. I have to stop myself.
I pray for you to quit smoking.
Thank you. I think about it very often.
It's tough, man. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did it. It's hard.
Sakamoto wouldn't smoke.
I swear I've seen him with the cigarette in his mouth. Or am I just stupid?
No, he doesn't smoke, I don't think.
Well, I mean, you'd know way better than me.
I'm only 5 chapters in, but I don't think he smokes. He's definitely a Bamf, though, that would.
I don't know. I just feel way better not smoking. I mean, there's certain times that smoking a cigarette and I'm like, damn, I could go for one right now. But it's fleeting, you know what I mean? That feeling lasts literally 10 seconds and it's gone. And I'm good. I missed the first cigarette in the morning because for me that was always the best going to work because I was never one that needed it. The second I woke up, I could get out of bed, fully get dressed, brush my teeth, go through the whole morning rituals like on a weekday when going to work. I could wait until I'm getting in the car and driving to work. That's when I'd light up my cigarette. That cigarette tasted and felt so good. You get that little nicotine buzz going, and it's just like, that's what I miss. But I hated being that guy that needed to separate from the group every so often to have to go smoke a cigarette. or have to have other people wait on me to smoke a cigarette, being like, oh, say we're going somewhere, right? You guys go ahead, I'll wait out here and I'll smoke a cigarette before we go inside. Or if we're in there, that feeling that you can't commit to anything, like all you can think about after an hour of doing a task is I need a fucking cigarette. I hated that feeling of being tied down or having something grip me. So I didn't like being that guy. So that was a driving force to want to quit. But then I got into vaping, and then that was fucking, because you could hide that. And then that was constant. Literally all day, especially if I was at work. Obviously, you can't just be constantly. But when I was at home, sitting down playing video games, bet your ass any second that I wasn't pressing a button, that vape was in my mouth, and I was hitting it every second. Especially if I'm out flipping my phone, it was just sitting in my mouth. Me pressing the button, suck in, blow out. Suck in, blow out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, my lungs lived with any intake of breath was basically a vape hit. So I'm sure that did wonders for my lungs. Sure. But what are you going to do? Quit. That's what I did. But it's tough.
It is.
But yeah, what else you got? I mean, we covered a lot of stuff this week. Kind of hammed through it too, because like I feel like normally we spend more time on each topic, so but there's really not much.
Quick chapters.
Well, change
I still need to read more Sakamoto Days before I have more to really say. Still have even learned everybody's names really.
I need to stop being lazy and bring more to the table here, so I can start reading some stuff. Ooh. Calling myself out over here. Maybe I'll make a
few consecutive weeks there that you're like, man, I need to read Undead Unlock.
I need to read this. I need to read that. No, another thing too. Perfect opportunity. Just do it. Lunch break. Yeah. It takes me all 5 minutes to eat my lunch.
I read a lot of my manga at work.
And I sit at my desk with my feet up on my desk during my lunch break. I don't do that when I'm not on lunch break because I'm too busy. I could get like 4 chapters in lunch break, but I'm on YouTube instead because YouTube owns my life.
Oh, you don't have window and window?
Window and window?
Where you can like move away from YouTube and it stays like a little window on the side?
Oh, I could totally do that.
That's what I do. I play YouTube and read manga at work. Do you mean?
I can close because I have YouTube Premium. I can close the YouTube app and it's still playing in my background.
Yeah, I'll see even better. I don't have that. I have to still have the window up.
Yeah, the little tiny square on your screen at the bottom. Yeah,
but
I can do both.
Enough of like the border where it's not like
so
intrusive.
I can do two things where I have the little window. You can push it to the side so only a sliver of the video shows. And then I can also just completely close it and play a video. So I see I'll just play this random video.
Take about that much of my screen. So.
Yeah, so I got that. But I can, you can slide it off to the side.
I do that. It pauses after like 30 seconds.
Oh, it doesn't. That. But I can also just X out the video.
And yeah, it'll still be there.
It's right there. But I can hit... Well, that video won't let me press play because it's a short video. But I can scroll down, and whatever video's there, I can press play and then let it play in the background. But I just don't do that. I just sit there and just zone out on my YouTube stuff.
You need to read your manga.
I do.
You do your homework.
I need to like focus in and like finish the ones that I'm close to finishing. Promised Neverland being one of them.
Yes. Probably top of the list.
Should be, especially considering how that really started our together manga reading. Yeah. Not like our individuals, but like because we were reading
consuming something together.
Yeah, 7 at a time, and then discussing it. Then reading 7, coming a week, coming back, discussing it type deal. It was good times. So finish Promised Neverland and get the final discussions in about that show.
Because that's a lot to chew on there too.
So I'll do my homework. I promise something. I'll read something this week. I promise. Other than the weekly update.
This episode anyway. So.
Oh yeah, I did episode 9. That's right.
Yeah, this is my turn.
That's right. Because,
When you read Sakamoto Days, it's good.
Because I don't know how long it takes you to edit, but
A while.
It takes me roughly 2 hours.
Depending
on how long the video is. Because, like, right now,
I do really go through it. I don't just, like, go to my timestamps. I actually, like, check it all out and shit, too.
I try and play, when I edit, I try and play it and listen to it. And then when I hear something that needs editing, I edit that section, then play it again and continue going. But then there's, like, if I know or remember a certain section we went through, if I can see on the wavelengths that certain things don't need editing or adjustments, I can skip like a 2-minute section, which saves some time. But
it took me forever to find that part in the last episode I edited.
But I think that's a good place to end it. We didn't have a whole lot of meat to talk about this week, but I'm sure we'll have more next week.
One little thing from Sakamoto real quick.
Yes.
The scene I even talked about, where the second guy, who's not even Sakamoto, busts through the window.
Oh, he straight up wraps his feet around that dude's neck.
Yeah, I thought it was a drop kick, too. I totally forgot.
And then puts him in an armbar in the ground. That's awesome.
And Sakamoto
Shows up with, what is that, a street sign?
it stops a bus with it.
What the fuck is this guy? That's
Fucking
awesome.
rad is what he is.
He's just wearing a goofy mask, too. Yeah. That's funny.
And his wife is awesome.
That's his wife?
Yes.
Why does she look 30 years younger than he does? Looks like his daughter.
Being a hitman ages you.
I guess so. I don't know. Hey, whatever, man.
But I definitely already recommend it. The action is fucking fantastic.
I got a little too much on my recommendations tab right now. I gotta start.
Trust me, I'll get to a certain point where I'm like, you have to read this. So you just have to catch up on some stuff by then.
Yes.
There's always that one point where I'm like, this is the peak.
This is peak content.
It happened with Dandadan. It happened with...
Listen, the second I saw Dandadan so long ago with that UFO...
But I still was like, this arc, it's the time. It was right when all the fucking dangerous dudes showed up.
Yes.
You caught up fast. I mean, we're still in that arc.
Yeah, when I commit myself, you know me. When I commit myself to something, I binge.
Finish Promise Neverland.
You know, it's funny too because we talk about, I didn't read this. In 4 days, I watched 81 episodes of Attack on Titan.
I know.
Oh shit.
Oh, shot to the heart, and you're to blame.
Dude, my anime binging skills are unmatched.
I mean, I haven't been watching anime lately.
You have been.
My game.
You have been. I'm proud of you.
I watched some Samurai Pizza Cats, like fucking doing it, man.
So it's my turn to uphold my end and make you proud of me and read some chapters other than my weeklies.
I look forward to next week then.
I will do something. I promise. I don't know what yet.
Something.
I'll do something.
Something. Some Black Clover. Anything.
Something.
Because I'm so ready to talk about Black Clover too. Anytime you read some of that, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Not that it's like super complex or anything.
No, but I mean, it's
still hype.
It's what it is. It's Black Clover. I mean, I'm 30
cool
something
art,
chapters in.
Lit fights.
Yeah. Something that's not. I know when I'm all right. So for Black Clover, for me going into it, I'm not expecting it to be this
chainsaw
grandiose, fucking convoluted,
Machiavellian.
subliminal messaging. It's just guys go grr and beat each other up. So
they don't give up and they have friends.
Yeah, classically, don't say those two fucking words in a sentence to me ever again. I'll never read it.
They don't give up and have friends?
I will never read it.
They're lonely and they give up on their dreams.
That's some fucking fairy tale garbage right there. Friendship and...
It's way better. It is way better. I stand by what I say. It's fairy tale if you took the problems out.
Well, right from the get-go, because I first read Black Clover, I have Black Clover's first volume.
I know, I saw that in there too, and I was like, hey.
Because I got that in an anime loot crate years ago. I mean, I don't know how many years ago, but a long time ago, and it was before the anime had come out. Because I read the first volume, and I was like,
screaming.
Yeah, because I was hyped. I was like, oh shit, I've read the first volume of that, so I watched it, and then Asta voice ruined it for me. But even from when I read it in the first thing, I was like, wow, he wants to be the Wizard King. And there's guilds, and there's some Naruto elements here, and like
you're magic spell books, so fairy tale-ish.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is fairy tale, One Piece, and Naruto all put together
in a bow with better pacing.
And then I was seeing some stuff, and I was like, well, there's no Bleach elements. But then I was like, oh, wait a minute, edgelord stuff at the end. There's the Bleach. Here's Bleach. There's not much edgelord in One Piece. There's no edgelord. No. There's none in fairy tale.
A sprinkling, and there's some in Naruto.
There's some in Naruto.
Sasuke. Sasuke. Literally, each Akatsuki best member, Itachi and Sasuke, flash before my eyes. Obito.
Yeah, but I was just like, that's cool. That's funny. That it's just like ripping off the themes of the big one, but it does its own thing. So
Yami makes it all yes. He really does.
I'll read it sometime, but it's not on the highest list of my priorities. I wanted to read more. I definitely want to read more Undead Unlocked before that anime comes out, because I want to be able to. I want to be further in the manga than the anime is when the anime season finishes, so that I can see. I want to be able to the differences. You know what I mean? I don't want to read it after the fact. Oh, and I said I was going to read The Enemies in Shadow since I was over. However, season 2 has already been confirmed, and I swear I saw an article that they're going to try and release it by the end of this year again. I was like, yeah, it's unlikely, but doubtful. But it was so popular last year. I was like, this last season. There's no way it wasn't getting a season 2. And it spawned a mobile game.
Already?
Instant. Before the season was over, there was a mobile game for it out.
That's weird.
Yeah. Actually, the mobile game was probably out before the game, but I mean the anime. But the anime came around, so the mobile games marketing left.
Yeah. Put the money in.
I don't know the details, but
it still took One Punch Man like 5 years after season 2 to put out a mobile game. I'm exaggerating.
Well, and they've announced that it's in the earliest stages of works, but we don't even know who's animating it yet. I don't think season 3, and I still don't know how the fuck they're gonna do that. That's all. Well, because
Shield Hero season 3 was announced, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Season 1 was really good, but season 2 flopped hard.
That's what I've heard.
It was so boring. I just dropped it. I didn't finish it. Because I was when that came out, I was recommended it to you hard.
Yeah.
And it's good. Season 1 is really good. But then if you have to try and go through season 2.
And then they ran out of plot.
I don't know. It's just they were fighting some giant turtle or something, and I was just bored out of my fucking mind. I didn't even get to them fighting the giant turtle. It was just a giant turtle that was causing devastation just by walking, so they had to find some way to defeat it or do something with it. I don't fucking know. And just them talking about it just bored the shit out of me. I think I only watched like 3 episodes, and I was like, the Shield Hero's not rising.
I think I know the answer to this, but speaking of giant turtles, have you been watching The Mandalorian?
No.
I had a feeling that'd be the answer I'd get.
I didn't know it was back.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 6 to 8 episodes deep already.
I didn't know that it was back. Yeah. Because I thought that... No, I just know. Yeah. I think I saw season 2. Is there a giant turtle in The Mandalorian?
Yeah, they're like...
Oh, wait, the beach thing. Yeah. They're
baptizing their children in the water with the turtle dragon.
Those guys are fucking morons. You all have jetpacks. What are you doing?
Yeah, because you shared that clip. I think you shared it with me of Obi-Wan reacting to the Mandalorian.
I love that guy, yeah.
And then Qui-Gon Jinn comes in. Why are they baptizing their children?
The thing was moving so slow too, and I'm like, come on.
It's been really good though. Season's been really good. There's one plot that I would actually be interested in talking about if you do watch.
You're watching The Mandalorian, which means you're watching it on Disney, and you haven't watched Obi-Wan yet?
No, because I'm more interested in The Mandalorian. Granted, I would have been more interested in Obi-Wan than Boba Fett if I didn't have to watch Boba Fett to watch The Mandalorian.
Which is bullshit. Didn't you say the second half of Boba Fett is just The Mandalorian starring Boba Fett?
Sadly, it's like the last quarter is The Mandalorian. But it really is like The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian theme comes like back in moments. You'll hear the Mandalorian horn again. And it straight up follows Pedro for like a whole episode before the finale.
So it's like Daredevil season 3, which we called Punisher Origins, starring Daredevil.
It literally, like, it opens up to where the Mandalorian's been, and it just follows like him all the way to where it connects to Boba Fett. I think it ends with the person that's on Boba Fett's side being like, "We have a job for you."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But, I mean, just like the Redditor said, you really could just, like, leave everything before that behind and just hop right on there and you'll be just fine.
Quick backtrack for me is one thing. The Rise in the Share Hail. I was so disappointed because of the memes about it. Anytime anything was... any sexual thing that happened, the meme was always like... something is rising and it's not the Shield Hero. It was always the meme. Great. And then when the Shield Hero season 2 got announced, in the comments, the whole thread was all about something is rising and it's finally the Shield Hero again.
Peaked.
For real. That season 1 was so popular that when season 2 was announced, season 3 was also announced. That's how long ago season 2 and 3 were announced the same day.
They didn't know they were digging their own grave with that.
Well, because it got renewed for both second and third season. So season 3 is coming out. But people have said season 3 for light novel readers. I've heard commenters saying that it's better now. Season 2's the slog to get through.
I feel like that's what happens in writing a lot, though. Because, like, they write their magnum opus. They're like, shit, how do I follow that up? And then while they're writing mid, they get the inspiration for a better arc right after.
Maybe that's how it is in your case with ReZero.
Yeah, it might be. Because that was fire for that first season. The second season's been slogging.
I liked the
second season. I feel like a lot, though. People put Bleach arcs like that, too.
Yeah, because you got the regular opening shit, then it goes straight into absolute heat with
of One Piece arcs.
Well, first off, Bleach anime has it bad with filler arcs in between every arc.
I saw a whole thread about the Bound arc today, and I was like, oh, I had flashbacks. I hadn't seen what they looked like in so long.
You know what sucks too if you watch the Bleach arc stuff, because the Bounds are mentioned in the canon arcs of Bleach, and it's not a canon arc, so it fucks with you so hard. Because you makes you think the Bound arc might have been canon when it's not.
It solidifies the need for saying anime canon versus manga canon. I know, I hate it too.
But yeah, so Bleach does have that bad where it's like, oh, Soul Society, hot, fire, Bound arc. It was kind of cool, but it's like, eh. And then like the beginning of the Ranka arc, the only real good part is when Grimmjow shows up and just fucking mollywops Ichigo. And then, Bleach has all
I dropped it with the pink-haired guy versus Ishida. That was around the time I dropped it.
Oh, then the Hueco Mundo arc?
Yeah.
Naruto's the same way. Well, because original Naruto
did a real good job out the gate.
Original Naruto.
They did fire to fire to fire to fire.
All the way through. I mean, the Tsunade retrieval.
Yeah, that's my lowest, too.
That's the lowest part. I still think it's bullshit that Naruto beat Kabuto.
I don't think it's bullshit.
I do, because of how experienced Kabuto is supposed to be at that time.
The fact that he, negged Tsunade right out the gate, too.
That, too. That was some,
I loved early Kabuto. I really did. He was a shining star for me.
You were on that
I was meat riding.
Yeah, you were.
And then Shippuden Kabuto happens. I'm like, I'm down bad. So sorry,
Yeah, Shippuden, man. Ugh.
People guess.
Naruto was so good
up.
for so long, but then it fell off the face of the earth into shitland so fast, and now Boruto is just ruining it even more. But then the stands, I'm not into
the
it.
stands are so fucking annoying, though. I can't even.
Boruto's trash. You all know
Boruto
it.
stands and some Naruto stands are also real painful to me. Like, I don't hate the series, but some of you people are really fucking annoying.
I hate what happened to the series at the end of Shippuden.
I do. I wasn't too attached to be able to even hate it that much.
You know when Naruto took a turn for the worst? When Pain revived everyone after the attack of the village.
I've said it on the podcast before.
Have.
You agreed with me too.
Yes.
And yeah.
I thought it was great up until then. I was okay with Naruto talk no jutsu and Nagato in that moment because of what they talked about. I was like, okay, that's a good.
There's nothing wrong with talk no jutsu.
That's part. A good. Naruto made good points in that argument. He did. He brought up some good valid points.
I wouldn't have even hated if they sacrificed Nagato to just bring back Kakashi.
Or you could have just said that Kakashi had a near-death experience. Kakashi was the only person that died. The only person that quote-unquote died.
They still want you to do the revival. Bring Kakashi to him. But one man's life shouldn't equal hundreds of people. Thousands of people.
There was literally... Yeah, exactly. There was just literally a bunch of no-name civilians that died and Kakashi. And Choji's dad.
It's Shizune, but
Shizune
didn't even come back. Yeah.
It was literally Choji's
dad. Down bad. They didn't ass pull for Shizune, but they ass pull for everyone else. And I get why she didn't come back, but it still makes me sad. You went to all those lengths. Pain was the one that ripped out her soul. You can't just say, like, the jutsu reversed it.
It would have been, yeah.
But where they are now, one person can rewrite the minds of the entire planet, so... It's Naruto's when a show gets so popular that you're forced to continue with it and you have no... He's writing shit on the fly. Yeah.
There's no way he's not. And he has been since Kaguya.
It's a huge down bad.
I'm sure he had Madara planned and everything like that. And then he got to the point and he's like, fuck, I wrote Madara too strong. I got no one on the field that can beat him.
So I powered him up 3 or 4 times in this one fight alone. So I
gotta get the 6 pass involved. How do I do that? Oh, we got this Kaguya person.
Start writing Indra and Ashura into here and...
Yeah. And then it just goes bad. The whole fucking clan, Kaguya's whole clan is bullshit. And how is Kaguya not the strongest one of them?
I also love that picture of the many puppets. Fucking Akatsuki as a puppet of Nagato, as a puppet of Obito, as a puppet of Madara, as a puppet of Black Zetsu, as a puppet of Kaguya.
Because that's my biggest gripe with Shonen. And all of them.
The scaling.
Yes, all of them fall. One Piece is just as bad. So is Bleach. So is Naruto. So is fucking Yu Yu Hakusho. My Hero Academia. All of them. A 16-year-old child should not, in the time frame of your story, who is the same age at the end of it, Naruto, at the end of Naruto Shippuden, is 16 years old, roughly, maybe 17 years old. He can solo his verse with the people still left, well, other than Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke together can solo the whole Naruto verse.
Yeah.
There's no one in that whole verse that can kill them.
Well, I mean, there's some ass pulls now, but...
Well, now, yeah. Shinobi. Yeah. Not aliens.
Because Ishiki rolls up and slaps them, but
so...
It looks so bad.
If Naruto and Sasuke killed each other at the valley at the end of the series... and Ishiki or Momoshiki and them roll up, who's taking them out? Nobody.
Literally.
And then, okay, now I'm hearing shit that the fucking Boruto and this other kid, I don't know,
Kawaki,
are stronger than Naruto in them. The Kawaki saving Naruto's ass when Naruto had Sage. I saw his eyes. He was in Sage mode. And I'm like, this is so stupid. They're 12 or something. How old are they? They're younger than Naruto was at the end of Shippuden, and I'm like, the fact that this child is stronger than Naruto and Sasuke are, the fact that Naruto and Sasuke in the first place were stronger than their elders.
Let's be really, really clear here. Writing in reasons in the story for it to be that way doesn't make it better all the time.
Yes.
Sometimes it just makes it worse.
Just like, because, like, Naruto learned the Sage mode in, like, a week. It took Jiraiya his whole life. His fucking Minato couldn't master it type thing. And it's like that. So Bleach is the same way. Ichigo at the end of the series is 18, 20 years old.
The Messiah.
He's the Messiah, basically. Yeah. One Piece, Naruto, One Piece. Naruto.
Yeah,
Luffy is on track to be this. He's not right now. There's still plenty of people in, like, right now with how strong Luffy is now after Wano. If you take that Luffy and you put him 1v1 from start to finish against Kaido, Kaido would win. Yeah. The only reason Kaido loses in Wano is because the sheer amount of people he fights in that arc and the sheer amount of damage he sustains throughout the arc.
But he'll get there still. It's still escalating that way.
Luffy will become the strongest person. One other potential person that he will not surpass is like a endgame thing. And he's right now, Luffy's 19 years old. So it's like, okay, so like Goldie Roger in his prime, Whitebeard in his prime, Luffy at 20 years old would beat him. Naruto at 19 years old beats Jiraiya, who's training in the ninja arts his whole life.
You know, Jujutsu Kaisen isn't actually that bad.
No, the newer ones, I mean, because like Denji makes sense because he's with his power comes from the Chainsaw Devil.
And the thing with Denji too is like he gets like,
but he's also not like,
visual power up. I'd even put it because he isn't depicted that much stronger in the final fight. He looks cooler, but he's not depicted much stronger. He just learns things about his powers, and we're given information that we didn't have before. But he still, like Denji is not the strongest in his verse. Oh no.
Definitely not. I mean, because
we just saw him get his head chopped off the moment he showed up.
Yeah. So the newer series, so I'd say JJK and all of them, like Kaiju doesn't do it because Kaiju's, first off, Kefka's not a child. And he would be the one time it would make sense. Because he's literally got a bit, so like it kind of makes sense for at least Naruto because he's got the 9 tails, right?
Yeah, it's all about how you handle it too. They gave good reasoning for Naruto and they backed it up through the series, showing you it bit by bit.
Just like, so like Midoriya, for example, in My Hero Academia. Even if if his body is able to handle all One for All right now, he should not be stronger than All Might was at All Might's peak.
Yeah, where the big manly muscle where he built it up.
So when I am fully okay with when Midoriya grows up, him surpassing what All Might was. But as the child still in school, I don't think he should be stronger than what All Might was. Just like
at his peak.
So it's the thing of like the children in main character children
too many chosen ones.
Chosen one aspect. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't. And I forget how we got on this topic because I was going to say that I don't like that, and then X, Y, and Z was.
I think Naruto in general got us here.
Yeah, probably. That's what it was. I was going to bring it back.
Rewriting the planet's memories.
Yes, I was going to bring that back to Boruto and Kawaki. Because it seems like they're whatever demon power thing they got going on.
Karma. Alien DNA code.
Alien juju.
Yeah, it's pretty much the Otsutsuki shit, but it's in their DNA now.
Stupid ass bullshit. Because like Naruto spent 700 episodes becoming the strongest person in the verse, and you spent 74.
You know what I love? Well, I don't love. You know what I hate? The fucking balls on them. I had sent it to you. I'm not sure if you remember. I'm not sure if I sent it to you now, but there's a moment after Ada rewrites everyone's memories on the planet. Momoshiki even tells Boruto, he's like, have you even stopped to consider that this might have happened before on this planet? I might have never hated a writing point more. He just gave himself a free pass to retcon anything at any moment.
Which is bullshit, which means he could retcon his whole series.
Yeah, he could also rob it of anything, too.
And then there's still people out there trying to say that this is peak writing and that this is peak
people
anime.
Put this as the best twist in anime ever. Obviously, stands, not reasonable people.
Yeah, because every reasonable person I know says Boruto is trash. Yeah. And it is trash.
I'm meeting somewhere in the middle. Not in the middle. Somewhere like, this is trash and it's good. I'm somewhere like here.
It's like I said, he wrote himself into the corner where he can only have a handful of characters that have any relevance to the entire story.
Yeah, even now.
What? Any of the other Kages?
Who?
Exactly. What are they gonna do? They're the strongest people in their verse, and they can stand They can't stand toe to toe. This person's gonna. That was the biggest hype thing for me in Naruto, because back in the War arc when it first came, when Madara off-screened all 5 Hokages. He was fighting them.
Do you want my clones to use Susanos?
Yes. And I was like, you see that happen, and then you go away, you do some other things. Next time you see Madara, he's standing away by himself somewhere, and he's just like brushes some dirt off himself or something. It's like, oh, well, that wasn't even a warm-up, and walks away. And then the next page, it just shows 5 panels of each and every one of them laying in a pool of their own fucking blood. And I was like, that was hype.
Cold.
But now anyone can do that now,
every new person does do that.
And it's just
it feels like
ugh. Come on, man, your power scaling is way out of whack. This ain't DBZ here.
It's kind of sad because there's like little tiny bits in Boruto where I'm like, I could almost see where that could be cooked right, but I'm not going to ingest everything around it for like the tiny speck that's there. It's like the scene in Avatar where Toph hits the metal and you see the little bits of earth in them. Mm-hmm. That's like the bits of Boruto I want to take. Oh. But there's all this other shit I want to leave.
I just think that Kishimoto should just fucking end it.
It's just end the franchise. The entire franchise. Don't put another writer
new
on it.
Well, because he tried something new, right?
And it got tanked.
Dude, you got plenty of money, dude. Naruto makes buko bucks, and you're gonna get royalties for the rest of your fucking life. Retire, dude. End Boruto. Do it now. Finish.
And bring your concluder back, damn it.
Tie up all your loose ends you got in Boruto, because he's doing it now, right? He took over Boruto. Yeah. Because at first it was a different writer. I'm pretty sure
he's still doing it, yeah.
It was
I think the guy still does the art, though. I think Ikimoto is his name. I think. I don't know, but Kishimoto took up the writing again.
Well, Kishi...
I only know because the stands being like, Kishimoto cooking.
He ain't cooking nothing. He's cooking a pile of garbage to rake in your money. That's what he's cooking. He's cooking your money being transferred into his bank account. That's what he's cooking. For less than minimal work. You think he's going and you think he's in there full time? Fuck no, he ain't. There's no way. Just look at the writing. Because we've seen it. We know he can do good writing. And this is just sloppy shit.
It's ran its course. It's gone too far. I don't care about aliens in the ninja world.
People are saying that it might be... Well, I mean, it's kind of semi-confirmed a little bit, but it could just be Skypeans. But people are talking about the possibility of aliens in One Piece, and I'm just like, I hope not.
It's just not, please.
Because we know
Can we all learn from Indiana Jones' Curse of the Crystal Skull? Aliens do not make it better.
Because there were people on the moon in One Piece. We know that from a cover story. But they're not there now. So they're
just
all
an
dead.
Ellis.
Just an L. Yes, it's the NL cover story. Hey. There's Automaton up there that he was able to bring back because they run off electricity, and he's the perfect person to go there for that. But I feel like, too, because the story is wrapping up in One Piece, and I can't see a place in the story to fit an L back in the story, so I think that the moon, which I'm hoping is just going to be an abandoned plot point.
Because you hope it's not going to turn into Final Fantasy IV?
I hope not. Well, because I already know. I don't know if you've seen spoilers or not for it, so I'll just skirt around this, and I already know the Zero-Miss of One Piece, and he's not on the moon. You can say that much.
I like how you put that. Thank you.
So, it's not that. And I swear to Christ, if the One
Piece...
Still
dealing with gold bezes.
If the One Piece is on the moon, I'll be even more pissed. But I don't think it is, because it's specifically mentioned that it's in the Grand Line somewhere. So I pray. Like I said, because the only time the moon is mentioned in the canon story, not counting cover stories, is Enel wants to go there and you see him fly away. And all you could be like, okay, he flies away and he dies on the moon because there's no air. Cool.
Dope.
But then just ignore the Enel cover story. Enel doesn't come back. We just focus on the things happening on the ocean. Thanks.
Let's stay here.
Let's stay here, please. There's too much going on. There's already too much shit going on in One Piece that needs to come all together to try and start throwing fucking other stuff in it. Please. Please. No. Don't do this to me. Egghead Island is already throwing weird shit at me with the fucking sci-fi technology jump ahead, and I'm just like, ugh.
Oh, can I just say with Skypiea, I hate dials.
They're used in Water 7 and Ennis Lobby and never again.
Oh, God. I was hoping they would just be used in Skypiea.
Usopp uses them.
Okay, that's fine.
Usopp's basically the only one. He uses them a few times here and there. But
he runs out eventually.
Yeah, I mean, he integrates some of it because in the sense that he makes trinkets and stuff for, like, Nami, for instance. Yeah. He upgrades her pole arm and stuff a few times. But that's really it. I mean,
I hate them.
They were a cool gimmick at the time, but they're not sustainable for long-time use in the story. And I think Oda realized that real quick because he, like I said, he uses it in the immediate next arc, Water 7 and Aaron's Lobby, but then they're not in Punk Hazard, which is next. And then it's Marineford, then the time skip, because you don't see Usopp during the whole Marineford shit. Time skip comes back.
Oh, I'm so excited to get through Skypiea. Oh my god.
I am too, just for the fact that I know once you get into Water 7 in his lobby, that's when you're going to start binging reading it again.
It's such a wall. I'm also excited because it's finally where I get past what I've seen of from the anime back in the day.
Well, you've seen some of Ennis
I saw
Lobby.
No.
You've never seen? No?
I have seen YouTube clips of fights. That's about it. And I've seen some of Sabody, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago when I asked you what's a good jumping in point. But I didn't watch that whole arc even. But and I'm talking like way back in the day when it was back on like Adult Swim, not Adult Swim, fucking regular Toonami. I saw the whole Skypiea arc, and then that's it.
Well, from what I saw, has Luffy approached NL yet?
No, he's still in the giant snake.
Because, I mean, Skypiea is not a very long arc in general. I mean, it's just an average one. I
already made the prophecy of how many people will be left in the... So I can tell from the numbers dwindling down that we're getting there. Like,
yeah.
Like, in the fight right now, he's wrong, because there's a bunch of people in the snake, but he's like, there's only 2 people left and 2 animals. Really, there's still a bunch of good guys in the snake. So even then, I know it's going to be wrapping up soon.
That's one of our earliest. That's NL's the one that has like the biggest. I can't really say foreshadowing, but the workings, the playing around with observation hockey. So that's what NL's like future foresight type stuff.
Gotcha.
That's what the observation hockey.
I was wondering what you're getting at.
Because hockey's gonna start coming into play. Because Rokushiki is in... That's the CP0 combat arc. Combat art, rather, that they use, which is kind of like hockey. Because they use that to be, how they can justify a leopard punching Luffy and it hurting Luffy. Because he's using hockey. A form of hockey. But it's really in the Marineford that hockey start being mentioned, but it's more of an invisible power. Afterwards, they give effects to make you know when someone's using hockey or not. Same in the manga. It's like Oda's starting playing around with it right now. But I mean, he's playing around with it the whole series because it's used in the first chapter. Shanks uses fucking Conqueror's hockey in the first chapter. But whatever. I think that's a good place to end it. I said that like a half hour ago, and we found some juice to talk about. So we got some content
Milked
for you guys. More. Milked it just a little bit, just for you guys. But good episode. I I promise you, I'll do some
I
homework.
just want to say it.
I'll do something, read something, and we'll have some juice to talk about next week. And pray for all of our sakes, my sake, your sake, and your sake, the listeners, that we get more than 15 pages tomorrow in Chainsaw Man.
Please.
I'm begging you.
This is the time for it. Genji's back in. Us is there at the same time.
Oh, and I did notice earlier, too, we'll have a kaiju chapter to talk about next week, because it comes...
Yeah, this was a really late week. A lot of things I read were on break.
Yeah. All right, guys. We will see you next time. It's been Dukes of Weebdom, episode 10. Hasta la bye-byes.
Hasta la bye-bye.